Come on, people. What's going on? Welcome to the Top 4 podcast. My name is Pete. I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm joined by Oscar, a Chelsea fan.
Happy days, boys. 3 points back to back. I saw my team win a game. It feels like it's been a long time, but here we are. How you not feeling?
All well and good, man. I'm all well and good. I'm joined by Robinho, a Manchester United fan.
I think I'm delayed a little bit. Am I all right? Because
I think it might be
moving slow for me. Everyone was moving slow for a second, but I'm here. Bonsoir, mes amis. How are we doing? How are we doing?
How dare you wear that Paris Saint-Germain shirt knowing what it is tomorrow?
Oh! How dare you? Doing that, Robin. I would have worn mine.
Oh, shit. There's still time. There's still time.
Oscar's about to go off camera and crack on.
I'm going to grab my PSG shirt. No, I can't be asked.
But yeah, welcome to the Top 4 podcast. It's been a crazy weekend of football, both FA Cup action, Premier League action. But as you know, before we get into the nuts and bolts, I want to know, what was your highlight or surprise of the week?
What happened,
guys? I had one of the greatest weeks I've ever had.
Oh yeah, Oscar, you go away.
Kick it off, mate.
I had a memorable holiday out in the United Arab Emirates in Dubai.
Dubai.
Yeah, man. I mean, I never really wanted to go to Dubai, but when I got there, I was like, yeah.
This
Little liar. You know how I know people lie. You know how I know people lie. I tell my Instagram stories, people lie.
Why?
I didn't want to go to Dubai. Freeze the Instagram stories. What are you doing? I'm seeing quad bikes. I'm seeing camel. He's going and going.
No. If there's one thing about the three of us, yeah, we love a holiday. We love to travel. Yeah, we love to travel. But on my list of places to travel, Dubai was never high on my list. It just so happened that a group of friends were going to Dubai, so I jumped on the wave and we all went together. But if it was me picking the destination, it wouldn't have been Dubai. It would have been somewhere else. But I went and it was sensational. It was just too sick. It's such
recommendation, yeah? Recommend.
Yeah, it's a fun. I mean, look, human rights.
What's wrong with human rights?
Listen, I've been getting an earful from everybody. Everybody I tell I go to Dubai, they go, "Do you know Dubai did this? Do you know Dubai did that? Do you know?" I've learned so much stuff in the last.
Why?
They're man on crud, basically. They're man on crud.
People need to grow up, man. They need to grow up. They need to
Why?
grow up.
Yeah, I mean, there's different schools of thought around it. However,
can you imagine not going to a whole country? Come on, man, it's a load of nonsense.
Hey, depends on the country. Still, I'll tell you that.
They can all get it. No countries out of bounds.
There are some. For your health and safety, there are some.
For my health and safety.
For your health and safety, there are some.
Dubai was very, very special. With how about quad biking in the desert, guys? That's
what an experience. What was that like?
It's just sick. First of all, quad biking is lit, but in the desert, all you can see is sand. Like left, right, everywhere you look around you,
nothing else.
Sand. You're like, I could drive this quad bike for an hour and it's just sand. It's mad scary.
Sounds sick. It looked sick though.
Nah, it was special, man. It was top tier. I had a great time.
Yeah, man. It's all good. It's all good in the hood. Robinho, what was your highlight of the week?
Coming off work. I am on a week off, people. So I'm just chilling.
Sensational scenes.
So yeah. So it's my time off after traveling here, there, and everywhere. So actually, just chill for this week. That's my highlight of the week. The fact that I woke up today and the alarm wasn't on. It was on.
There's nothing better, mate. There's
so much. Nothing wrong. I wake up, do my own thing. Oh, sorry about that. That's my dishwasher telling me it's done. The dishwasher. But yeah, other than that, nothing much. Just on the interwebs, looking at what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
Fair.
This is it, man. This is friggin' it, man. We're here. I think my highlight of the week's got to be simply the Evertonian fans that sold Liverpool fans flares.
Oh, that was crazy.
Called it red, and
it was blue.
Put out blue Both at the team arrival and at the Cop end. One of the greatest scenes ever.
Is that what happened?
Bro,
yeah.
They let the flag go. They see it's blue. They're like, for flip's sake. They're trying to put.
That's illegal. You didn't see this?
Oh,
Yeah. So it was Everton fans who, not an Everton, so basically a guy in Liverpool that sells flares, but he's an Evertonian. So he sold majority red, but covered some of them, covered some of the blue ones in the red label, and hid it very well. So yeah,
Fantastic. Googling this now. I'm looking this up now. This is
fantastic.
special.
It's a special. It was a special moment. It was a special moment. But yeah, that's my highlight of the week. That was glorious, mate. We got Ernie and AD in the building. AD, we know what your highlight is, so we'll get to that shortly. Ernest, what was your highlight this week, or surprise even?
The season is done.
That was your surprise or the highlight? Sorry,
that's my highlight of the week.
That it's done.
Been waiting since September. We're finally here.
Yes, indeed. AD, how about you?
Not too sure, you know.
Yeah, so it's been a struggle and it's been a bit of a grind.
Yeah, I can't really think of anything. I don't know.
Don't worry, I'm sure in due time we'll have something to say.
I saw AD in the gym on Instagram this week. Yeah, posted he said
banging
progress,
clanging.
I said he will be one of the 100 that will face the gorilla for sure.
Listen. I'll say this for free. We're getting wiped out one by one. Imagine fighting a building that can move and hit you. Crazy thing, man. I don't know what the debate is about. Have you seen a gorilla?
Yeah, but 100 man.
No.
Have you seen a gorilla?
Oscar, see in the battlefield. See in the battlefield, my bro.
Absolute sicko if you think 100 man can take a gorilla. You're mad.
Wait, what? Are you not serious?
You're crazy.
Oscar, set pace, then. Oscar, set pace. Go on, set pace.
I lie. You go.
Wait,
You know what? Oscar, I think's got a point. You know, there's 100 man. There's 100 man. Like, do you know how much that is?
Peter, one arm can lift about 20 to 25 man alone of a gorilla. It's not happening.
It's 75 to go.
It's not happening.
Let's say you're right. There's 75 to go.
Yeah.
Like,
it's not happening. It is not happening.
Nah, do you know what, guys? I'm not gonna lie. 100 man win. You know?
I think 100 man win.
I think 100 man win still.
Think about it. There's gorillas in zoos.
Yeah, but hand to hand. Not talking tranquilizer. We're not talking weapons. Hand to hand.
You know exactly what this conversation is about. It's not about weaponry. It's about brute strength versus brute strength.
Yeah,
machine for machine.
I agree. I'm not saying that they're going to use like.
So why did you bring the zoo thing? We got there.
But because they ain't smart enough to get out of them traps. Like man are smart.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
If we put 100 man in a WWE steel cage, no weapons, you can't get out. One gorilla on the other side. That is it. Game over. No chance.
All right. We could be here forever. We
could be here for Oscar. Let's get into the comment section.
So they want me to find out, man.
What the masses are saying, and then we get into our hot topic.
AD, I'll see you there.
Oh man, clanging and banging.
Shout out Mirad. He says, "Good evening to the greatest football podcast air on a Monday night when I would very much like a timestamp only for the Arsenal versus PSG preview segments of this pod. All else is irrelevant." I hear it.
What happened to Champions Elect?
He's saving it. He's saving it for Munich apparently.
What happened to we'd rather chase Liverpool than City? What happened to that?
Aye. Statements. The receipts are there still, but
damn.
It's a sticky
one. We would rather chase.
Robin, they think we've forgotten. We forgot.
That's not even the half of it. Even the half of it.
You must have thought.
You and me. It's April, bro. I'm outside. Where are you?
Calling it
April. See him in the back.
Man, we're calling Adrian a delusional for 8 months.
Remember that?
We ain't forgotten.
Endo says Liverpool, champions of the Premier League, the pride of the Premier League, back on our perch. Oscar and Peter, you Ugandan chuckle brothers. I want apologies for writing us off all year round.
That sentence doesn't make full sense.
Yeah, I mean a lot of it don't make sense.
Because we're sharing the perch. We're not off it. So it is one of those ones. But I digress.
I don't know.
We're still back.
I don't know.
I'm guessing the point he's making is just the fact that they won the Premier League, so therefore they're back on the perch. Do you know what I mean? They're there.
The perch is referring to the most titles.
What Fergie said.
Yeah, we've got the most titles.
The most successful English team in the Premier League. They're definitely back on their perch, 100%.
Yeah, they're the most successful English team ever. That's crazy, isn't it?
Which is crazy.
20 league titles,
you never think
6 European Cups. 20 league titles, 6 European Cups. Say something.
All of a sudden, football started before 92. All of a sudden.
All of a sudden.
No. Because the North London Reds would have you believe Liverpool winning only one prior to yesterday they've only won one Prem.
Yeah, in 30 years.
That's what I've heard from the youths at Islington and N5.
Is that Arsenal team? Yeah, fair. Because you lot have been saying 20 times for a while now.
Oh.
Now they've jumped onto the 20 times. So you got to hold up, man. Respect to Liverpool, innit? They did their thing. This week I can't really cuss them. Endo said, Ernest, go hang my jacket, blood. Show respect to your boss. These times you're 14.
Woo!
Hold on. I'm the one here that's been agreeing with you. You know what, Endo? You know I rate, yeah? You are up to the very end. I hear it. This is the end.
This is the real
guys. Nat is enjoying London life. He said some of the talent you see when the sun is out is bare 89 overalls. High ratings. High ratings when the sun is out.
5-star skills, 4-star weak foot.
He also says rank these sports from best to worst: badminton, tennis, table tennis.
Tennis is elite, first of all.
Tennis is the best. Probably table tennis is second, and then badminton.
Yeah, that's my order.
Very easy.
Tennis should have even been in this 3.
Those whose teams are in the Champions League final, raise your hands. Well, no one.
Who is in the Champions League final?
No.
The champions.
Hey, Nat, rewrite that. I'll put it back up. Rewrite it.
Right.
And there's a daylight 8 p.m. I pray for times like this.
Trust me, dog.
Season that brings out the best in me. Oh, all right.
Man, fam, it's daylight at 9 p.m. where I am. It's great. I'm loving it.
It's the best in you. That's crazy.
Daylight at 9 p.m.
Big up David. He said, blessed weekend, 46 points in the FPL, and big up Liverpool. Big up Liverpool. Murad's highlight of the week is praying into the spirit gods of all religions for a W at the Emirates.
You failed. Why are you failing us? Why are you failing us? Did you not learn? Did you not learn from the Jews? Flipping hell, man.
Is that Sion?
Hey, yo.
I'm saying, like, worshipping false gods. Like we saw this. We got text. Worshipping false idols. Let's not do stupid things, man. Jesus.
Doing that for a Champions League semi-final first leg.
For a semi-first leg, first and foremost.
First leg.
Outrageous.
He also says highlight of the week. Eubank Senior channeling his WWE kayfabe on the entrance to the boxing.
I was watching football. So I was watching the Copa del Rey final. But when I looked at the highlights of this, I said, "Am I watching WWE? Like what? The entrances, the camera angles, it was all there." I was like, "Yeah." The storyline.
Storyline was there, man. You know what I'm saying?
The storyline was
generational.
But shout out, Junior. Got the dub.
Yeah,
fight as well.
There were a couple comments about the gorilla. Endo says, "Why can't 50 man go from behind and 50 man attack from behind?"
Why for that?
Hey, why?
I would say 25.
He typed it.
Get four different points of attack.
What, him from all angles? Crazy thing.
We'll take down this gorilla.
Crazy thing.
Miran says, if we all jump on it at the same time, surely.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wait. Who says that a gorilla can lift 1,810 kg on a bench press? Do you know
I don't
mad
think
that-
you guys understand what that weight
How
is.
mad that is.
Brother.
Yeah, but is that real?
Well, compare it in
No,
strength.
Believe it.
Well,
Have they
you can measure the average weight of a silverback gorilla.
Has
Yeah,
has anyone seen them bench?
You can also
Have you seen them fight?
You can also measure like muscle mass.
You can
Because
do that.
those guys only eat greens. You've never seen a fat gorilla before.
Yeah,
Just
can't
lean.
lie. David says, big up to our football podcast. Oh, did I just read this?
No, you done that. You done that.
Should we go into the first topic if there's nothing new?
Let's go. Yeah, let's go into the wait. Mirad says a COVID title in 2020 and a PGMO title in 2025. What's next?
You know what? I will say this, even though I don't like that team. Like, man's still talking about a COVID title in 2020. Like, it's there. Like, the title is there. Like, any one of us would have wanted the title in 2020. But I hate the fact that it's translated into like Sky Sports and talks about, yeah, this is what they would have wanted in 2020 with fans. Like, brother, they won it. What's going on here?
Why didn't you win it?
No, they won it, but I think this to quote Trent Alexander-Arnold, this means more when it's in front of the fan.
Oh my god!
That's the yellow card still.
Let's get into the first topic of proceedings. AD, Liverpool are champions yet again, 20 times, as he said earlier. Back on the perch. What are you telling me, man? How are you feeling? You must be elated. You finally got it over the line in April.
Wow, over the moon, ecstatic, scenes of glorious emotion, unbridled jubilation. Is that word?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, Michael, because let me tell you this right now. We are the champions of England for the 20th time. Over the moon, lads. Over the moon, man. Like I was close. No, I wasn't close to tears. I teared up, man. Bro, this means yeah, bro. I was moved, man. I was moved. It felt so special, man. I'm loving every second of it. I couldn't ask for any more. So, yeah, man. I'm just, bro. To put it into one word, bro. I'm just immensely happy, man. I'm really, really happy.
In your opinion, what's this title? What's this Premier League title down to? What was it that was really gave Liverpool that thing of this is ours and what made you believe it? Like what was there anything this season that you would say like, yeah, this is us?
Bro, I think it's the 9 years that Jurgen Klopp. So from when Jurgen Klopp walked through the door, and how he sort of sculpted and how he crafted and how he built a team. He built the flat, right? Beautiful flat, stunning flat in the centre of London, and he passed it on. He passed it on to the tenant, and he said, "Mate, do with it what you want. Take it to the next level. Make it beautiful for me." And credit to Arne Slot, because what Arne Slot has done is he's coached, man, fundamentally pure blank period. Because this is the same. Yeah, it's in essence the same team from last season, isn't it? And what he's done is he said, "Look, Ryan Gravenberch, I like some of your attributes. I want to make you a 6. Cody, you're a bit inconsistent. I'm not too sure what the last manager was doing with you. I'm going to play you in your right position, and you're gonna add value. So, Bosley, I want to see more from you." And even Trent, defensively, he was better. He was better than he has been in the past. Andy Robertson, I know your powers are waning. I know you're not quite what you used to be maybe 4 or 5 years ago, but your experience, your know-how, your wherewithal, I need you. And I think ultimately, yes, so just to sum it up in a word, bro, Arne Slot is coached, and it's as simple as that. And he's managed to We doing tracking back. I don't listen. You be near that box, shoot on sight, shoot on. Look, I will create chances for you to slap that ball into the net. I need you carry me to that to this league title. Big VVD, you're my man. And I think it's as simple as that. But I think all he's done is he's played players to their strengths, and he's used players how they're best meant to be used. And you see that is it maybe the greatest Liverpool side? It's never the greatest Liverpool side we've seen in recent years, but it's functional. Everybody knows what they're doing. So credit in the first sense goes to Jurgen Klopp, but big up Mr. Arne Slot, man, because he's done his thing. It's been phenomenal.
I think that's fair. I don't know what you guys all think on the panel. I think Arne Slot is definitely the difference maker this season. He's come into the side. One of the things I think I rate about him the most, like some managers come into a club and they want to kind of, because of the ego and the pride, they want to make a difference. They want to stamp their mark. They want to go ahead and put things in play. And yet he kind of kept like 90% of what was going right with Liverpool in the first place and just kept that bit going and maybe tweaked a few bits here and there, but it was effective. And I think one thing I do rate about Slot for this season, and just Liverpool as a whole, actually, in this season where anyone look at how United have suffered, Arsenal have suffered, even Chelsea to an extent have suffered, where an iconic manager is at the helm, he's left, and is just struggling to get that success back in the same vein. Whereas Slot's come in after Jurgen Klopp. I mean, Klopp is up there with the Shankleys and whatnot, Dalglish's of this world in terms of Liverpool fandom.
Definitely the best of the Premier League era.
100%. And then, in a season where he's got 3 players that are in big contract negotiations, which went on forever. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's been going on all season, not affected the team, not affected the performances as such. And then they've gone and won the league at a canter. I honestly, we're not rating this enough. This is an astonishing Premier League title winning performance. Astonishing. What say you guys? Oscar's on mute still, but you know the way there. He's just miming to the masses.
It's not astonishing. Like, as far as Premier League titles go, it was good, innit? It was good. They walked the league. There was no debate about who the Premier League champions were. They did what they had to do, and in fairness to them, they've pretty much been solid all season. Like, they haven't really had like a mad blip or anything where you felt like they even gave Arsenal a sniff. But yeah, no, I can only agree with what you said about Arne Slot in the sense that he didn't try to reinvent the wheel. He was like, let me just put these cogs to good use and get the best out of players that I need to get the best out of. And they won the league. Like, I was hating on Liverpool at the beginning of the season because I saw how they were playing. I saw they were getting over the line and winning games, but it was very much no frills, and I just didn't think it was going to last. The fact that it's lasted, the fact that the consistency is there, that's more commendable than the burst of intense, like, good form that we see many teams have. Especially now, if you look at the top 4 race, you see a team like Newcastle who are in red hot form right now, but what were they doing 3 months ago? They were moving dumb. Like, so same, you know what I mean? All these other teams that have had hot streaks and then fall off and then have another hot streak. It shows how difficult it is to keep up that tempo at this level in the game. So big up Arne Slot, big up Liverpool. The midfield in particular, I was very critical of them. I just didn't see it as a title winning midfield, but they proved me wrong. Shout out McAllister and the boys. Yeah, man, big up Liverpool. Like, I can't hate. I would love to, but I can't.
Robinho, Ernest, you got anything to say about Liverpool being champions, one of your closest rival, matching the 20 league titles? Wow, the silence is unreal.
This is the worst season of any Manchester United fan. This is the worst
because of what's going on with you as well.
Everything's compounding. Like, Liverpool have equaled us in a year where we're not even like, lads, think about it. Yeah? The haram that Manchester United Football Club have committed leading up to this year means that in a year where there are 5 Champions League spots available, we're not even 10th. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's nasty stuff. And then it's made me not watch Liverpool as much as I could have because I didn't think they'd win the league like August. Like, it's mad. This season's gone quick. I remember the first game against Ipswich. Like, I remember how tightly contested it was. Ipswich were trying to show themselves as the new boys in the Prem. And Liverpool, I remember, I think, was it Adrian, correct me if I'm wrong, Quanta got taken off because he was moving a bit crazy, and Slot said
the lap was bullying him.
The lap was bullying him. And ultimately, Slot showed his nature by the fourth game of the season when he went to Old Trafford and explained in an hour and 30 minutes, sorry, in a minute and 30 seconds, why Ten Hag's system wasn't working. Absolutely obliterated us 3-0. And for me, I think my critique of Liverpool this season is that the lion's share of goals has come from one man. So I think, you know, and someone can say, and I probably agree with them, that ultimately that's going to change with the sale of Darwin Núñez this next summer. They're going to add to this firepower, because I think Slot's not dumb. He knows exactly partially how they won the league. But for me, my boy McAllister, and I say my boy because when they played France, I said, this guy's been a player of the tournament. Do you know what I mean? He's been the best player for Argentina that year. And I think people who doubted him, because I remember there's two Liverpool signings that I've predicted would be good, Salah and McAllister, because both of them went for steals. How nobody went for McAllister from Brighton is beyond me, because the guy, he's not the fastest, but he covers ground. He's really good at ball striking. He's very good in possession. I think in the beginning of the season, it was like, is he a 10? Is he a 6? Is he an 8? And he found his rhythm with Gravenberch, who for me, at least for the first half of the season, was the best central midfielder in the Prem. Van Dijk, apart from one or two hiccups in the middle of the season, like December, January, has been the same. Do you know what I mean? Liverpool have been nothing short of deserving champions. And that's why this season probably hurts the most. Like, I'm not like Arsenal fans are talking about PGMOL. Liverpool have the best team in the Premier League. And that's why it hurts. You know what I mean? Ultimately, it compounding with the fact that we're actually as bad as we are. A lot of our ops are in semi-final. One of them's in a final. Do you know what I mean? And I'm like, wow, this couldn't have gotten any worse, could it? Do you know what I mean?
But you're also in a semi.
Oscar, stop that. What's it?
No. What? Why
Oscar,
stop that?
give me one knockout game you've been confident Man United were going to win.
Oh no, there hasn't been one.
So let's stop it.
But
let's stop.
It ain't really a stop it, Tim, because let's keep it a beam.
Stop. So let's stop.
Keep it a beam.
So let's stop. Stop talking
Man United.
Stop talking like you're from Toronto. Like, stop it. Like, do you know what I mean?
Toronto.
You cheese me, dog. No.
Manchester United Football Club are a shadow of what they were.
Okay, but I'm gonna say something that you might not understand, but the rest of the panel will understand it. Manchester United have the money in the bank briefcase, yeah, because you've had a shocking season, absolutely shocking, but you are 3 games away from Champions League football next year, and if you get that, everything is forgotten. This year does not matter.
Whoa, not forgotten.
I wouldn't say that.
Forgotten.
I wouldn't say that.
So Oscar,
Yeah.
it seems like the rest of the panel that you say would understand don't understand.
No, but they understand the analogy. They might not agree.
No, I understand the analogy. I got that. But yeah, forgotten, I'm not there. I'm not with you there.
Of course, it's done.
Let them have a funny 8 games at the start of next season. Forgotten.
No, but it's a clean slate. Like, you're in the Champions League, you go again.
I don't know how clean the slate is, man. I'm not gonna lie. This slate needs some fairy liquid. I'm not gonna lie.
The thing is, to Oscar's point, though, I did think about this on the way home today. Like, looking at United squad, looking at Tottenham squad, the fact that one of these two teams could potentially be playing in the Champions League next season. It's a joke, because you think to yourself,
we are ready for Champions League football.
There's teams like in the Premier League that are more deserving, if you will, or are more ready, let's say, for a Champions League contest than Tottenham or Man United.
Of course, it's an absolute farce. It's an absolute joke that teams in 14th and 15th of the Premier League can play Champions League football next year. That's a joke.
Yeah,
but but that is cup competition in a nutshell.
No, but Robert, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know.
I'm not saying I disagree.
I don't agree with a cup promoting you to another competition.
So what you saying? I disagree because I always thought if you and this is my personal opinion, winning Europa League should get into Champions League. Should it get into the group stage? Is a different.
I agree with Robin.
I actually agree with Robin.
I don't agree with that at all.
I just
think
so if you want a European Cup.
You want a European Cup, and it goes. You basically, it's like a promotion system.
Think of it as a Champions League, even though you qualify, even though you finish 14th in your division.
No, Peter, you know why it sounds so crazy? Because United and Spurs have been so horrific. Because typically,
I'm not going to lie to you. I don't agree with multiple European Cups in general. That's my
you can say the same thing with domestic cups with your analogy, because when you say no cups to promote you,
100%.
Like the FA Cup gets into Europa.
If you're in a competition, you're in the competition for that year. If you win the trophy, you win the trophy. That's your trophy. Done. We don't give you add-ons to the trophy. Oh, I'll tell you what. With the trophy, we're going to give you another competition of a higher level. You're not ready for the higher level. That's why you're in this competition in the first place.
Well, they've graduated from year 6.
I agree with that. If you win that competition, you're the best, and you should go to the next level. That's how I see it.
We saw Birmingham City in the Europa League when they were in the Championship. We saw Wigan Athletic in the Europa League when they were in the Championship.
But they won the FA Cup.
Because question, to the non-Peterites, if a Champions League, if a Europa League can get you Champions League, what should winning your domestic title get you?
It gets you to Champions League.
You're the best team in England.
Well, if the Champions League gets you, you're arguably the best, because you're not always the best team in Europe. If there's an argument that can be made that the Champions League gets you the European Super Cup and then a potential Cup World Cup, then why can't there be more add-ons for winning your domestic league?
What more would you like?
But that's the point. But that's exactly the point. If you're a Premier League champion, guess what your trophy is? The Premier League title.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's because that is the pinnacle. If you win the championship,
Oscar,
your trophy is a place in the Premier League.
No, Oscar, it's because those are the rules. What me and Peter are arguing is that the rules are fugazi. It doesn't make sense for somebody to win the pinnacle of European football and somebody who's won second can now play in that competition off the chance of the opportunity they got for winning it. That doesn't make sense.
Well, so what are you saying? The Champions League should just be number one in each country in Europe.
I'll be honest with you, Adrian. I'm tired of these. I don't even want to use the word woke because it's been hijacked. But for the sake of argument, I'll say I'm tired of these woke trophies. If you are not in the Champions League, you are not amongst Europe's elite. Period. If you do not qualify for the Champions League, you, my friend, are not part of Europe's elite. You are not.
I agree. I agree with the phrasing of that. They shouldn't be seen as part of Europe's elite. But I don't see why we shouldn't have secondary tournaments.
Should be Europe's elite.
The thing is, I don't mind secondary tournaments as long as it doesn't interfere with any other tournament. That's the problem.
But it doesn't interfere though, because it's just a winner.
Chelsea are going to be playing Europa League because they won the Conference League.
Why?
I don't think it's the worst thing in the world.
That makes sense. That makes sense to me. I didn't see an issue with that.
What does winning the Champions League get you though?
It gets you into the Club World Cup.
It's the pinnacle. You get into the Club World Cup and the Super Cup, but you've won
But you see why that makes sense.
But you don't get into
the Club World Cup makes so much sense, and the Super Cup makes so much sense because two winners of certain competitions all meet together to become the best of the best. Not this notion of I win a dibby European trophy and I get to join the elite field.
So can I ask a question? Why does it make more sense to you that a team that finishes 5th in the Premier League then gets to be in the Champions League, but a team that wins the Europa League doesn't?
Who told you it made more sense to me?
Okay,
It doesn't.
you haven't raised that as an issue, so I'll assume.
Okay, I'll give you my issue. Second, third, and fourth and fifth should not be in the Champions League. They're not champions.
So you said champions only.
Well, yeah, that's what this competition was called.
Essentially, I agree with you on that. I would like to see that, but I disagree with the idea that a lower tournament winning that shouldn't get you a place in the higher tournament.
It's ridiculous, man.
I think that makes sense.
You can't.
I think that makes perfect sense.
It doesn't make any sense at all. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
But everything this season prior is qualification for the next
thing
season.
is this: the reason when you win a trophy, the reason should be for the trophy. Full stop. Man are winning Europa Leagues because they want to get to the Champions League, not because they want to win the Europa League trophy.
So if you win, let's say if you win FA Cup, do you not? So you say if you win FA Cup, that's it, no Europa?
Yes, you won the FA Cup. Done.
What
Done.
Robin, why does winning a domestic cup in another country take you to Europe? Is it a visa?
But you could.
My argument is that
but yet the Bulgarian champion has to qualify to get in the Champions League.
Pierre, don't be disingenuous. You don't give a damn about Ludogorets.
No, but it's not about
Listen, Ludogorets or Forest or Palace, right? I'm going Ludogorets if they're their league champion over Palace. Let's have it right.
But also, it adds stakes to the tournament because we could argue Spurs and United probably wouldn't give monkeys about this tournament if they didn't get a Champions League spot at the end.
But that's what's ruined. When back in the day you didn't actually get promoted over. It was all about the trophy itself. Right. Titles are losing their essence of the actual cup that they hold because of the fact that it's actually not about winning the trophy. It's about getting into the next competition. That was my whole point. See, Newcastle. One thing I love about Newcastle, when they won that League Cup, they cared about that silver. That's all they cared about. It doesn't matter what competition it got them into. Their main thing was, and now you can make the argument, they haven't won in 50 years, 70 years, whatever. But the fact of the matter is, that's what, when they say the magic of the cup, we're talking about the cup, not what comes next year.
But the cup always got you into the Cup Winners' Cup, which was the predecessor to the Europa League. So that's hear
what you just said, Robin. The Cup Winners' Cup is exactly
so
why.
Is it the name change?
1 second. It's exactly why the Europa League, also it's exactly why winning the Champions League got you into the Club World Cup. That makes sense because it's the champions of every continental cup. The Cup Winners' Cup was exactly that. The winners of the FA Cup, the winner of the Coppa Italia, Coppa del Rey. Guess what? It's only one from each country. It's not Burnley because they got the Fair Player Award. It was one from each country and they became that. And then they ruined that cup. They ruined that cup by calling it the UEFA Cup and calling it the Europa League. That's when they ruined it. It's madness.
Do you not think your argument about Newcastle could also go the other way? Like you're saying Newcastle cared so much about winning the trophy, but Newcastle also got European qualification. That was part of their prize, but they didn't care about the European qualification. They wanted to win a trophy.
Exactly.
So I genuinely think that you can do both.
But
I know people that would love to win the Europa League and all that stuff. Yes, it gives them Champions League qualification, but it's also a cup.
But the priorities of the club. So, for example, if a club wins a major trophy, there's also a financial gain that they get. For example, I've seen the Club World Cup finances are high. If you win,
what you guys are doing is you're explaining the competition.
Exactly. We don't give a damn what the explanation is. We know what the competition is. It's a farce that if you win the Europa League, you go into the Champions League. It's a farce if you win the Conference League, you go into the Europa League. It's a farce if you win the FA Cup. It's a farce if you win the FA Cup, you go into the Europa League. It's a farce if you win the Carabao Cup and go into the Conference League. They are farcical situations.
Is it a farce if you finish third and go into the Champions League?
Correct. Farce.
So the only person who should get a European place is the league winner.
If it's called the Champions League, yes.
And there shouldn't be any secondary tournaments. There should just be a tournament.
I don't mind secondary tournaments. How do
you call it? How would you qualify? I also want to know how.
Oh, do you want to know how? Let's go second place of every team in Europe. You get to play in the Europa League. Then third place of every team in Europe. You can go play in the Conference League. And guess what? If you win the tournament, it doesn't mean jack all because you can only get into European competition on your league performance, as it should be.
It's called
it's like, can I give you an example, guys?
That's the way of looking at it.
I'll give you an example, Oscar. Yeah, it's like now. Imagine other look. In fact, here's a perfect example. The reason why the Carabao Cup, the FIFA Club World Cup, is a disgusting disgrace that no one's talking about yet, but we'll talk about it probably in the summer.
Yeah.
RB Salzburg are in there, and you can't tell me why.
I can, because I actually know how they qualified.
No, because Robin, you're a shield. That's why you're a corporate shield. That's why you can explain.
Shield. I just didn't know how they qualified.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Used to be the champions. The champions. What's it called? The Club World Cup used to be the champions of the Champions League, the Copa de Libertadores, whatever it's called.
Yes.
All those other versions. Yeah. Now I've got man that I've been in the last 16 for the last 8 years, making a Club World Cup.
Crazy.
They've never won a European trophy.
So I could tell you how they got in.
No, Robin, I don't care. I don't want you to tell me why they're in there.
No, Robin thinks we're impressed by the explanation. We don't give a damn.
Robin's
no, because I'm trying to. I'm not trying to.
And the thing is as well, yeah, Liverpool are not in the Club World Cup this summer, are they?
Crazy.
My case is done. Forget about it, please. Ignore.
But why should they get into the Club World Cup?
They shouldn't be in there.
But this is what I was trying to say before I was interrupted. I was going to say quite literally, it should have been the 4 before I was interrupted. I said the last 4 winners of Champions League qualified for the Club World Cup.
No, it shouldn't be the last 4. It shouldn't be, Robin.
No, because that's how
World Cup every year. Guess what? If you've got a Club World Cup every year,
we don't. We don't.
I know that. That's why it's a farce right now. If you have a Club World Cup every year, the winner of the continental competition should get in there. End of discussion. Instead,
I agree with you.
Instead, they want to make it like the actual World Cup and have it every 4 years. So I've got Salzburg and people like that hanging at the back of the queue. Come on, man.
No, but that's when I was going to agree with you. But then you just call me a corporate shield. No, I said that it agrees. So
you're back in the team. You're back.
Did I say that? No, I didn't say I was back. All I said.
You don't back the Club World Cup.
No.
Oh, thanks for telling us. It's the first time
but you do said corporate show and just came up with it.
I called it a farce, and you had something to say about that. I called it a farce.
To say why it's a farce, not before anything.
Who cares? We know why it's a farce. We know.
No, people actually don't know.
Oh,
people
really?
genuinely don't know.
Really?
Yes.
Why it's a farce?
Of course. Tell me.
Look at the teams in the competition.
I know, but I'm trying to tell you how they qualified as a farce. Completely.
No, the teams that are in there are a farce to start with. The teams that are in there are a farce. Chelsea are not. Chelsea, I'd even barely call them playing in Europe. They're playing in places that are 6 hours ahead of time to the UK.
But they won the Champions League.
And they're in the Club World. Yeah, and Liverpool are not in there, even though they won it in 2019.
But they didn't win the Champions League in the last 4 years. That's how it is. That's literally how it is. Okay. I was trying to tell you, it made sense. It made sense until. It made sense until they said it was the best 4 of the coefficients. And I said, why? That's why I said, Dortmund and them lot are in there, because they said you could only have 2 teams per league max. So that's why only Chelsea and City are in there. That's crazy. That's crazy.
When they're sat in there and they're bored, they're just making up things.
Yeah.
You only have 2 teams from each country. Oh, okay. Why is that then? No reason. We should have
so unless you've won the Champions League in the last 4 years and then you made the coefficient, but then 2 other teams in the same country in there, it made no sense to me whatsoever. So no, I agree with you, but then it's just randomly attacked.
Football stinks and it's a joke. The rules and administration of football is the biggest joke we've seen in life. It's worse than the politics in the countries. It's worse than politics. It is. It really is. It really is. It really is.
We've digressed heavily.
All right.
We have digressed heavily.
Now, shall we move on? Anything else more? All I will say is Tottenham Hotspur.
They'll always be.
What the hell? No, someone needs to. Salah's taking selfies.
They went up 1-0. They went up 1-0 and then held 5.
You guys actually watched the game, because there was no way.
Mate, I
didn't watch it.
I watched the highlights.
I ain't got time for that.
So wait, did Salah take a selfie like during the game?
Bro, he scored the goal. He grabbed the phone from the thing and took a selfie, bruv, of the cop. He's standing there with the Google Pixel at the cop. I'm sitting there thinking, hang on a minute.
Fan's phone?
No, it was no. It was a market employee.
Oh, for real?
Very clever from Liverpool. Google
Yeah, the
Pixel
steward gave it to him.
Why is that clever and not woke nonsense?
because
Pixel are not even sponsors of the Premier League. How is that allowed?
they're
The sponsors
of
of Liverpool. I think the sponsors of Liverpool.
Sponsors of
Hear
Liverpool.
what I said? They're not sponsors of the Premier League.
Just saying, innit?
Hey,
No.
it's great ad placement. That's what it is.
Liverpool had the nerve and cheek to say against Tottenham, if Salah scores, by the way, it was Salah that scored. Not even like when McAllister done it, when Gakpo does it, when Diaz. It was when Salah scores because they knew he would score against Spurs because Liverpool have scored 15 goals against Spurs this season. You heard me right? And he has the nerve to go find. I don't know. Shout out to the social media at Liverpool because the woman was right there, ready for him. Like the phone was in her hand. She did. Bro, the guy didn't have to even turn it on. She just did this straight away. He did that straight away.
The minute she scored, he scored. She put the password in straight to the camera.
No delay.
This was. Do you know how close it was? He scored. And
Fingerprint ready.
The ad board. She was there by the ad board. Ready.
There must have been like 10 pixels on either goal.
No, guys, you have to understand this, yeah? Man, Tottenham are mugs, bro. They're letting man score goals, 5 of them, and man are taking selfies in the celebration.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Peter, do you know that? Yeah, Peter, yeah. The braziest thing is that it was Salah because, yeah, we scored 5 goals. Salah, or Salah, like the 3rd or the 4th. So they knew the 4th goal. So they knew.
Wasn't he like the 4th or 5th goal?
Lord have mercy.
They were sure. Listen, man, guys, there's more things, you know, like we can laugh on Tottenham and throw hot coal over Tottenham every single year. This is another one, bro. For man them to score goals and take selfie.
I don't think that's as embarrassing as the fact that they've lost half of the games offered by the Premier League.
More than half.
No,
It's 19. It's 19. Some people say 20. I said that's wrong.
Because of profit, you know.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably not wrong.
He's not probable. He is going to be 100% right.
He's going to be right.
They're going to lose at least 2 more games.
Oh my word!
You know what? Yeah, they actually should fire Ange now.
This is why I had
They should do it. They should just do it. They shouldn't wait.
Well, no, Bodo Glimt.
No, come on, man. Do you think they beat him Bodo Glimt?
Yeah.
Listen, if they don't, I'm ready to laugh.
Have you not played that in Bodo, by the way?
We have not this season, but we have played Bodo Glimt before.
Old Trafford, I believe.
Yeah.
Go play them out there. Go play them out there, bro.
In the Norwegian summer.
Minus 16 degrees on a fake pitch. Tottenham ain't got the bottle to get through that.
Some AI pitch.
And by the way, that's the second leg. The second leg for Spurs is in Bodo. Guys, they're going home. They're going home.
Oh my word!
Kulusevski is Swedish, yeah. They're going to leave him there. They'll leave him up there. They will bring him back to them. Turn left from here, mate. Turn left.
Not beating Bodo Glimt is crazy, though.
That's crazy. That's what I was saying.
Bro, away from home, I'm just saying. If they got a good cushion, they might survive. That man beat Lazio, guys.
Bro, I remember watching the Europa League teams in a group, and I said, "Yeah, Lazio are going to the final." Lazio got knocked out Bodo Glimt. I said,
"Bro, Tottenham ain't got the bottle, but man, them get, you know, like you said, the performance was a disgrace because it could have been 7 and 8. To be honest, Liverpool were peppering them. Yeah, you know, on a day, you know, like if Liverpool have to win today to be champion, yeah, it was like there's a bit of pressure on you. I saw when the players walked out, you saw this massive banner in the Kop end, and it had Shankly, it had Dalglish, it had Klopp, it had some legends, like in terms of their massive flag display. If you're Arne Slot, you're looking at that, you're thinking, Jesus, can I live up to the billing?
Bro, they didn't have to win. They just had to get a point.
Training session. It was a training session. Because Gakpo took the mick as well. Do you remember when Gakpo, there was like 1-2 play, I think, with him and I don't know if it was Diaz or even Szoboszlai, and he tries to pass it to Salah. I'm sitting there thinking, no, you need to bury that. That's yours. The guy was giving us remnants of Ricardo Kaka in 2002. I'm seeing I belong to Jesus. I was like, this was a exhibition.
It was a free for all.
Man are showing faith. Man are taking selfies. It's unreal.
Peter, do you know what it is? You know, You know those multi-man matches at WrestleMania where they got 5 minutes, but everybody's got to get their stuff in. You got to do your neutral, you got to do your power bomb, you got to do your taunt. Brother, it was a free, literally. Gakpo said, as you said, Gakpo taking his top off. So Bossline's getting 2 assists.
I'm hearing McAllister scores for the first time with his left foot. It was just exhibition. It was
exhibition.
Tottenham.
It's just so funny that it had to be Tottenham.
It had to be.
So, yeah.
So sorry for themselves. Oh, disgrace, man. We need to.
They've had another team win the league against them. They've had another one.
Yeah, again.
No, guys, do you know how bad this record is? The amount of times teams have had to go and beat Tottenham or get a point against Tottenham to win the league. And they've won the league there. We've done it twice at their ground. United done it at Old Trafford. Liverpool done it at Anfield. Leicester won the league because Chelsea drew with Tottenham at Stamford Bridge. This is the DNA. This is fabrication. This is the history. This is the history.
The history.
This is Tottenham Hotspur.
They're so crap.
They are so dead. Let's move on, man. And to think, the last time they won a trophy, you know what I'm saying? Leicester have won FA Cups. They've won Premier League. Newcastle have a Carabao Cup. Guess who else? Crystal Palace are in the final of an FA Cup, people.
Can I ask you a question?
West Ham have won a European trophy. Go on.
Spurs and United make the Europa League final. Who do you want to win?
Do you know what?
You want to draw, innit?
I want a 22 match brawl and points deduction. Like, I just want to just void the trophy for the year. But if I had to choose, I've thought about this question now. And you guys know I hate United far more than I hate Tottenham. As much as I hate Tottenham, you don't know I hate Tottenham deeply. But I have to say, because United have won Europa Leagues before, because United have won Champions League before, because they have been here and done this before, I can't lie. Man United get the frigging job done. Because
it has to be United.
Postecoglou walking out with no trophy in his second year, okay? And watch the General Levy with frigging Vinay Venkatesham on the board, who's staring at this garbage. And I've heard today that they said that Tottenham have made a loss transfer-wise. They're in debt by 237 million. So that means there's no money this summer.
Wait, what?
Oh, let me find it.
Peter, I have a quick side question. Let's say you win the Champions League and Tottenham win Europa League. Is there 2 parades in North London?
Well, yeah.
What kind of the police job that has to be done?
Tottenham's parade will be on a Thursday night, mate.
I have to pray against that because there's no way. There's no way both of you guys come out with European trophy.
Thursday night.
But that's a classic Tottenham, isn't it? Even at your biggest, most brightest moment, you get overshadowed by Arsenal.
Yeah, it would be.
Right, all 3, like there's four London teams could win a trophy this year.
Ernest, I need you to see. In fact, let me put it on.
Yeah, because you know, Palace are having a parade if they win now.
You damn right.
They have to.
Mate, I saw Palace fans to the nines on Saturday. They were everywhere.
There were bare Villa fans in Kilburn.
Oh! Some breaking news. Here we
go.
Don Carlo to Brazil. Here we go. Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody cares.
Selecao head coach for the 2026 World Cup.
Right, give you that
this
as well.
This will fortify his legacy on a different thing, because I can't lie, man. I don't like the way man talking Carlo's name like he's some little boy, like he's not one of the greatest that I've ever done it. So go do your thing and bring Brazil the big one, man. I respect it.
Ernest, do you see this? Can you see it on the screen?
Tottenham were one of the Premier League's highest spenders last summer. Were they? All I remember was 60 million.
Yeah, they spent 200 million on garbage, Ernest.
Like Archie Gray cost a few bob, Odebear cost a few bob. They signed bare kids and loaned them out.
According to the what's it called, and according to the last set of accounts that were first broke down by the Athletic, the club's net transfer debt, by the way, money owed to Spurs minus money they are still to pay out. So people owe Spurs money and they're still in debt of this magnitude. of this magnitude, 279 million. There is no What's the next icon below? Tottenham sell to buy headache as crucial summer looms. This is them. This is them.
This is what it looks like.
This is who they really are.
Get the hell out of here, man. Shower of absolute.
Listen, Beyonce will bring more money.
Beyonce can't save them. You know what 200 million, 290 million net is? You can't be net debt, bro. It can't be even after people owe you money. That's how much your debt you're in. What?
Master Bayern Munich have delayed them Kane payments.
I said 10 million after Bundesliga, 8 million after Champions League. Man, it's about to hell of a storm.
Guys, Crystal Palace and Manchester City are in the FA Cup final. What are your teas? Well, let's talk Palace Villa, because your mate Unai Emery again. He's freaking wetting the bed again.
Why is he my mate?
Why is he Pete? Wait. When Unai wins, it's Unai Emery on my mind.
Man.
Yeah.
No, but guys, I'm 100 stack with it. You already know, yeah. I'm with Unai up until we get to like March, innit? That's when I let go. I let go of the reins.
No, but Pete. I think the Unai critique from Arsenal fans is harsh, man. This is his second season at Villa?
No, do you know what it is though, Ernest? Yeah, it's the fact. You have to remember, Unai Emery was third in the Premier League in March, yeah, and he literally went to Everton away, Wolves away, Leicester away. With giving first games of the seasons to players like El Neni, Carl Jenkinson, Lichtsteiner, and we're getting slapped 3 by Wolves, 3 by Leicester.
Villa are 5 points off third now.
I hear that, but ask me this question: how did they go out to PSG? How did they go out to Palace?
Poor tactics.
How did they lose to Man City last week? How did
they were shocking in midfield. But I think the point I'm making is ultimately, whether it's his second or third season, considering the club that he's at, if we compare him side by side to Mikel Arteta, the guy's done well.
Listen, he's still the Don. Listen, Unai Emery's still a Don. Let's be very clear. But he's gone out to Palace, Ernest. He's gone out to Palace.
I think that
Champions League Villa.
You see, if you're not any of the so-called big dogs, yeah, these stories come every year. How you go out in the cup is a story that's normal to other teams who are not regular on Tuesday and Wednesday night. Like it matters. Because we're only talking about Aston Villa because of their manager.
1000%, yeah.
We're only talking about Villa because of their manager. If Palace had the same form with Unai Emery, beaten Bayern Munich and all this other stuff all these other triumphs they've done, like no one will be talking. So for me, I look at it from the perspective that, listen, I expect more from Unai because he's a European bad boy. Do you know what I mean? But ultimately, I think Villa need, they need a lot of surgery. I think they need to make the decision on how he wants to, be offensive, because I think his biggest Achilles heel the last 2 months has been not utilizing Ollie. I think he hates him now.
Oh yeah, Ollie. That's my thing.
I think the way he used Rashford in the first leg in Paris was a bit crazy. Like Rashford had the capacity to ball out, but he was so negative. So yeah, there's definitely flaws with his last 2 seasons at Villa. But
I'm talking about the DNA of Unai Emery, because there's so much good and there is bad with Emery. Let's be very clear. But if there's one thing I see, Ernest, it's common. It's every year. There's a trait in there where when he has the ball in his hands, he drops it.
Yeah, I agree.
He poos the bed quite a bit. I'm not gonna lie.
He wets the bed. He wet the bed at the Camp Nou when he was 4-1 up against Barcelona. He wet the bed when he was Arsenal manager, and we were, like I said to you, we were third with 10 games to go. Clear.
My theory is Emery's too nice.
Look at the games you might say Arsenal fans are harsh. Look at the games we lost from March to the end of the season. Home to Palace, home to Brighton, Everton, Leicester, Wolves. That's what done his career at Arsenal. That's what done it. Then Villa. If Villa, Aston Villa should have nowhere. There should be no conversation about Champions League and Villa in the first place. But when he was in the lead, when Villa were riding high against PSG, right? He pulls off Rashford, and he hasn't even started Asensio or Watkins. And like you said, the whole Watkins thing is unbelievable what's going on there with Watkins. Then he's got a champion. Then you think to yourself, do you know what? Cool, dust yourself down. Villa could still make the Champions League. They could still have a good season. They could be in the final at Wembley, because if you put a tie between Aston Villa and Crystal Palace, Aston Villa has to go through 9 times out of 10.
Facts.
But not only did they go out, because cup competition is cup competition. You could have a bad day. You can have this. You can have that. They lost 3-0 and were worthy. And Palace missed a penalty. No. He doesn't get away with this one, Ernest. He doesn't get away with this one. He can't lose 3-0 at Wembley to Palace.
You can't.
He cannot.
I'll be honest. I think it was a Styles make fights thing. The PMP from Palace was too much.
To be fair, as it goes,
Explain to me what happened to him at St. James's.
Well,
he got his shorts. When the Newcastle manager, the Newcastle manager was in a hospital bed on IV, and he got his pants pulled down by Jason Tindall. Get the hell out of here.
But Palace and Newcastle are cousins.
Ernest, 5-1 Newcastle.
One is DMX, the other is 50 Cent.
No. That's not true though.
You see, Villa's midfield is one of the most like Jekyll and Hyde, because for me, Tielemans has been quite all right this season, yeah. But Onana's not. He's not it, man. Like he's just big and black.
By the way, what was the score? What do you think the score was when they played Palace early in the season in February at Selhurst? What do you think the score was?
That was a big scoreline, no?
What do you think it was?
That was 3-0.
Something tells me it's 4.
Yeah, Palace won 4-1.
Was it 4-1?
Yeah.
Palace won 4-1. Guys, it's a disgrace. What happened at Villa Park when they played at home? Bearing in mind this was in November, when Palace couldn't buy points.
What was the score?
2-2.
Okay.
So you're telling me they've played Palace 3 times, not 1?
Yeah, but I'm saying is Styles make fights, because if you look at the league table, who's above who? Palace is 12th, Villa 7th. So you can beat my team and draw to me. I'll finish above you. Now, if you're Villa, you'll say, "Oh, we should be in a final." That's fine. Like Palace don't get this opportunity all the time. Villa have been to Wembley in the last 10 years. They've been twice.
Yeah,
Like for me, I think I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I expect the teams that are in 7th to 15th to have these stories. I expect the top topsy-turvy, because Newcastle and Forest have been blammed this season. One by Bournemouth, and Palace got blammed by who? No, was it? Am I thinking of when Brighton lost 7? Forest got lost or beat Brighton. Something on one of them.
Prior to the Arsenal game, Palace had conceded 5 goals in the last 3 games each.
Yeah, because Glasner's is a spring guy, isn't it? Winter and summer, he can't do it. Do you know what I mean? Can't do it them times.
When the clocks
When the clocks change,
man's coming to training an hour late. You get me? Oh, lads, sorry.
I can't lie. This Palace run reminds me of Frankfurt's run under Glasner in the Europa League. They could do it, man.
You know who I want to win that game. I want to dunk on De Bruyne.
I'm an eagle. I'm going to be an eagle in that final.
What's a caca?
Fly, you fly.
Oh, mate, I'm sorry if I. What about City and Forest? What do you guys think? City and Forest. What you know?
All that highlighted to me that game was 2 things. Forest, I'll just concentrate on the league, and then they threw that way, mate. 2, can we stop having games at Wembley in semis? Because why?
I'm for that still.
Why is half the stadium empty?
Huh?
Wait there, Ernest. Hold on.
Ernest, explain that one
I
to
want
me.
to hear what he meant by that.
No, I'm saying I don't understand why there's semi-finals at Wembley when you play the final.
Okay, cool.
It doesn't make sense.
Oh, yeah.
When you said I'm for that still.
Yeah, I
I
thought
you were agreeing with Robin, or whether you meant I'm for Wembley.
You know what? The Majuzis are a disgrace. Absolutely.
We always carry.
Because you lot know me. You lot know me, and you know what I am saying.
But have you noticed that we did? But you know that we did accuse. If you notice though, because we know
you,
you,
disgrace. Michael's the only real one.
Because we know you, we all we did was ask for clarity. We didn't even assume.
Hey, bring Michael on the pod, man.
Bring Michael on the pod, you know.
Question: a lot of people complaining about the finals at Wembley, and I don't like that either. When I was first started watching football, they used to do the semi-finals at Villa Park and St James's Park. Would you guys be in favour?
Old Trafford. It was Old Trafford, not St James's.
Old Trafford, yeah. Villa Park and Old Trafford. Would you guys be in favour of that again?
No. I think it should simply be this: whatever the two teams you've got, find a neutral spot for them too. You don't have to declare in August for a semi-final in May and April. There's no need. Let's not rush this. You know the Copa del Rey. One second. The Copa del Rey, for example, they don't decide where the venue is until the two teams are in the final, because then they go to a neutral ground, aka Atletico Madrid 1 year or Sevilla 1 year or whatever. Because what is the point of doing it? There's no need to, because if you've got, like, for example, Arsenal faced Tottenham in one FA Cup semi-final at Old Trafford, disaster. Why would you send two London teams to Old Trafford? That was carnage as well that year. You know,
because getting on the train, that's a
I'm more of just your semis are in, like with every other cup, whoever gets the draw. Your final should be your only neutral ground. That is where I'm at.
I like the fact that the semi was a neutral ground though. I think that's all right.
Bro, run me the semi at my ground. Like what? Hey, yo,
hey, pause. Hey, yo.
Relax. I think semis at Wembley is good for smaller clubs. Just because Man City can't fill it out, let's not ruin it for everyone. But it's not good for smaller clubs. What good is it for Aston Villa to go to Wembley and lose? Like, it's only good if you make the final.
And even then, Palace are like, they're like, bro, we were here like a couple of weeks ago. Do you know what I mean? Why does this feel more special than the round
It's
before?
also a money issue. Like, Wembley's not cheap. Wembley's not cheap to get to. It's not. So yeah.
I mean, that's why I find countries with international stadiums dumb. It's just dumb.
Nah, I'm not against that.
I don't understand why like England has to have a home stadium.
And also,
they've got 20,000 of them in the country, and we've got to build one for them.
Let's keep it a stack, yeah. Wembley is losing. Like all the big events that you would have at Wembley 10 years ago, they're now going to Tottenham.
Right.
So
West Ham,
this fight,
yeah.
how is this fight on Saturday night not at Wembley? It's at Tottenham Hotspur. Beyonce
FA Cup. That's why.
They're not coming to Wembley. They're going to Tottenham Hotspur, which is mad.
Yeah.
Endo said it's a day out. Do you know what? Wembley is a day out, but it's not a semi-final. Just doesn't have the same feel as a final.
No, semi-final's not a day out.
And Endo, find another day out, man.
I'm a day out. I'm in the park.
Go to
better, man.
If you want to do neutrals, I'm not for it, but fine. Have it at Villa Park. Have it at the Millennium Stadium in Wales. Take it on tour, whatever. But semi-final at Wembley.
Stink.
Stink.
Do you know what I'm saying? Dead pitch, dead venue anyway. Like, stinks, man.
It's such a meaty venue. Man.
It's a meaty venue, bro. Because even when it's the FA Cup final, you try to get hooked into it and you don't get hooked.
It's hard. Yeah.
You're hooked because your team's there and that's it. Not because of the spectacle, the lights, nothing.
The lights.
And I got friggin' Tiny Temple or Labyrinth, one of them clowns doing a friggin' PA. No, you're all right. Get the hell out of here, man.
Lincoln Park.
Why is Tiny Temple a clown?
Yeah, why we got to be clowns?
What's the Tiny Temple? Why you saying FB for?
Endo. Wembley's trash. I'm sorry. Wembley's trash.
I think Wembley's all right. I like Wembley.
Wembley's
He should have owned.
Wembley's trash. We don't need Wembley Stadium.
Like if you look at the stadiums in London, yeah, the Emirates is better than Wembley. Tottenham is better than Wembley. Like, why is the National Stadium?
What's the issue with Wembley?
Old Trafford's better than Wembley as well.
Oh, that's big cap.
Wembley
Old Trafford's better than Wembley.
That's capitalization.
That's
Captain America.
For all our atmosphere, for all our because can I be real with you, man?
I said it's leaking, but it's vibey, sneaky.
No, but because you know why, bruv? Because you know what, Ernest? Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a stack bundle, yeah. I'm a football guy, bruv. I don't give a damn about anything else but the football. The roof can leak, but if I'm hearing the Stretford End in its full pelt, that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for.
I don't think Endo gets what we mean when we say Wembley's trash. It's like the atmosphere of the stadium. It's not. I don't know.
No acoustics is what they're saying.
Building atmosphere. Like, when do you see like
I just hear trance music?
I'm real. I do think it's. We do need to move on, but I do think it's team dependent. I do think it's to some teams, if you're actually there and you're like, if you look at the Newcastle Liverpool game, the Newcastle vibes were top tier. Oh, you thought it was mid?
It would have been so much better. It would have been so much better at Tottenham Hotspur. It would have been so much better at Emirates. So much better at Old Trafford.
Are good, but it's got nothing to do with Wembley.
Exactly. It's in spite of Wembley.
I'm with you. No, but that's what I'm saying. I think Wembley is the team because I think it depends on the team. If your team's there, you can make it a great day. So, like I said, I'm not against Wembley, but he should have run.
Even when I was there for flipping AEW, I'm like, this ain't.
Yeah, but that's AEW though.
This ain't where it's meant to be. This stadium ain't where it's meant to be.
I like hostility. I like grit. I like atmosphere, loudness. I need that. I need my ears ringing when I leave the building. Simple as. Leeds away, Everton away. Do you know them ones? Like, I don't give a.
I'll find you a ticket to Red Star Belgrade. Don't you worry.
Peter, you need tetanus. What's that thing called? Tinnitus.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
But yeah,
City Palace. I know the Everton song word for word. I've been to Goodison Park 3 times. I know the song word for word. Like I'm a blue. Anyway, let's move it along. So yeah, Palace and City FA Cup final. I think we all know who we want winning that one. Congrats to those two teams. You guys put on El Clasico madness. Who watched the El Clasico? Who watched the Copa del Rey?
I watched it. The Copa del Rey final.
Fantastic,
guys.
Fantastic.
Football, you know when I said I think football stinks, and I think it's the dumbest administration that there is. Like Madrid, legit, no cap, yeah. Pre-match, yeah. Them man put out content about how poor the referee is before the game, yeah, because they've got history with this referee, like they're Fox News or something, right? These men are putting out content about this guy's refereeing decisions, how he's not good enough, how he's not fit enough. This is before the game. I can't believe. I genuinely, and then I think the referee himself had a press conference to say, "Can Madrid stop doing this? My son's getting bullied in school. What is going on? What is going on?"
Madrid. It's Madrid being Madrid.
This version of Madrid stink.
No, welcome. This is the UEFA juggernaut of both Madrid and Barcelona. This is what they're good at, Ernest. This is what they're both good at.
But back in the day, yeah, they used to be called UEFA Lona.
Yeah,
because Barca would get the lion's share of what's it called?
Decisions.
They get the favor. They get decisions. Yeah, but this version of Real Madrid, PU.
It's
ponging, bro. Like it's just not the one, man. Because like, how can you get pumped by your ops 3 times in a season? Like pumped.
Yeah, they get touched still.
Getting touched on
and it's like
on a mad thing. Do you know what I mean? I was gonna say a mad thing, but I couldn't say it. But they get touched.
Now, well done, man.
Hey, Adrian, 2025 is a self-control thing, man. I swear.
Yeah,
I can't preach it to Shannon Sharp and Kanye West.
Yeah, no. On the game itself, though, there's a clear difference between Barcelona and Madrid, and it's like widely clear.
But you see, Robin, what you're saying is how Peter feels about Unai. That's how I feel about Carlo. Because
Interesting.
when Carlo gets it wrong, good God.
It smells, yeah.
Bro, I remember his second year at Chelsea, and everything that was in the first season had just gone. Everything disappeared. And for me, it's the critique on, you know how every manager's got their criticism. People might say Pep is a bank. Do you know what I mean? He's a debit card manager.
Yeah.
And then you can say Jose is like ultra defensive. And Ferguson didn't win enough Champions Leagues. I think Ancelotti is clear that like when he loses that man management juice over like the players that he has, it's done. It's the reason he doesn't win league titles like that. He's a cut man. Ancelotti's a cut man, and I think it's the one chink in his armor that is the reason why longevity at clubs doesn't exist past Milan. Past Milan, it just doesn't exist.
So why they always hand them out then?
So do you think in that respect him taking over Brazil might be a good move?
I think Ancelotti, like I watched Ancelotti when he was going like from black to silver. He's fully white now. Like he's fully, his hair is not silver, it's white.
Yeah, he's an old man.
Big man. Like Ancelotti has won European Cups as a player. Like he's a big man. Do you know what I mean? Ancelotti was smoking cigarettes on the AC Milan bench. The guy is old. Do you know what I mean? Like he's done. Guys, just newsflash, he was a PSG manager.
He was.
He was the Bayern Munich manager.
He won the league those places as well.
That's my point. He's the Everton manager before, like in between Madrid, stints. So it just makes you think. Like I think maybe it's time to close the chapter. Like leave on a high. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what trophy he's out of every trophy now. I don't think they're winning La Liga. I don't think they're winning La Liga. And yeah, it's just it's a shame that this is how he's leaving. But Ancelotti's still, top 5 I've ever seen in my life. It's just, the criticism that he used to get has come back again. It's just not. I don't want to say it's night and day, but this Madrid team either are super fatigued, super injured, or super undercoached because they're just not. They're not it, man. They're not it at all. At all.
Yeah, it's
who takes over Madrid next season?
I personally think if I'm Perez, I'm ringing Arteta. Not gonna lie, I'm ringing Arteta because I think the sample size of Alonso is too small. It's too small, man. Okay. I don't know. I might be wrong.
Even though Mikel's a Barca boy. I say Barca boy, but you know what I mean.
Listen. Like, what did I tell you about every year? The bag reigns supreme. The bag reigns supreme.
Yeah.
Man are loyal to money.
Nothing.
Loyal to money. Love it.
Nah, it's really it's true, you know.
Is there not a cheeky Jurgen Klopp offer on there?
If Jurgen Klopp goes to Real Madrid after talking about the stress that football brings, it will add to why I don't trust none of these dons. Coaches. This guy said, "Yeah, man, like I'm
tired.
It's been real. Me and my family have suffered. This guy's going to Madrid."
I know, innit? Of all things,
the spotlight is strong.
Yeah, it's a farce, isn't it? It's an absolute farce. What did you guys think of Rudiger throwing ice at a referee?
He's a crackhead. He's a crackhead.
What's wrong with him?
He was always one when he was at Chelsea. I can't stand the man. I think he's an absolute massive tool.
Peter,
he said that,
and he won the Champions League for my club, and I can't stand.
And you can't stand.
That should say everything.
Yeah, apparently he's faced up to a 14-game ban because of that.
Oh no! No, clown.
Well, he's got more than racism.
No, talk. No.
I'm asking. He got more than racism and biting a player.
Wait,
What do you
14,
mean
Robin?
racism?
As in, has there ever been a 14-game ban for racism? I don't think
No,
so.
as in, what's it called? What did Terry call Cole? Ferdinand? What about Black Sea next Tuesday? He's playing the next week, captain.
Brother.
For club and country.
No, Peter. If you remember, he walked away from England because they were backing him.
Didn't Suarez? What did Suarez call Evra? Suarez called Evra something, right? And what did he get? What was his ban?
Negrito.
And then Liverpool started training. They're training.
That's disgraceful, man.
Hey, you man. You
That's
know this
disgraceful,
racism thing is. You know this racism thing is rife in Europe. Yeah, I know that seems quite obvious, but Yaya Toure was chatting to Rio Ferdinand, and he said,
"Oh, did you see what he said?"
He said,
"Hey,
who your code?" He said, negro.
Wait, what?
Do you know what it is? Do you know what made me die? Because if you look at the Spanish language, that's the actual word for black. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, negro is a Spanish word.
Well, it's the color, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can't go outside and start saying, hey, yo, white. What's going on? White.
Blanco.
Yeah.
Hey, Peter, your mic's quiet for me.
Yeah, P, your mic's moving mad.
Yeah,
We back?
Yeah, we're back. Go back.
Lovely, jubbly.
But yeah, the final thing I want to say about this game is that I'm in love with Lamine Yamal, despite his hair, and I will break the bank for that boy because he's special. He's special.
I actually quite like the hair, you know.
Yeah, it gives him more of a superstar edge. I don't know.
Yeah, it gives him a bit of character.
A Chelsea fan would definitely like blonde hair.
Of course.
Hey.
I don't know what that means.
You know what? Oscar, I don't know what it means, but I know exactly what it means.
I know what he's saying. I don't know what it means, but I know what he's saying.
I heard.
I don't know what it means. I know what he's saying.
I heard Oscar say anything about Donny Madueke's twist. I'm
Oh,
not about any of the black trims. When he saw the higgy blood flipping highlights, but I did this head. I said, "Yeah, I actually like it."
I like this one. This is the one.
This one still.
So,
Alright.
Proper enough.
Oscar, we'll get to your club in just a second. Yeah, we'll get to your club in just a second. Let's talk about the other scores in the Premier League that did take place. We'll start things off. Manchester United 1-1 at Bournemouth.
Hey,
Saved by the bell.
You see when he talk about my boy Erasmus, talk to him like Steve.
Hey, Ernest, you're bad. You're bad. You're bad. The only thing I can say about this game, because it's another rinse and repeat, and I don't want to do too much on it, is the refereeing. Who is this ref? Why does he have badges? A man got kicked and he got the yellow card. Need let's say enough.
Peter Banks, listen, mate. He's doing his job.
Jeremy Dogu got legit kicked in the thigh, and he was the one with the yellow card. Get out of here, man.
Yeah.
No, but why were you lot 1-0 down?
No, but that's nothing new. That's nothing new.
That's not. I asked why.
Yeah, but you ask why every week. Are you not tired of asking why after 34 weeks?
Never tired. The full team, Robin. Give me more.
This is a season I can't get tired of with Man United. Absolutely
I'm not.
not.
Ask you, Robin, but I'm going to ask you another question. That's related but separate. I'm not going to ask you why you lot are 1-0 down. I'm going to ask you, why did Rasmus Højlund post that on his Instagram? Why was that his caption?
Stop.
Now that is a good question. That's a good question.
Let me set the scene.
His caption. Okay.
United are 1-0 down to Bournemouth. He scores a last-minute equalizer, and his caption on Instagram is, "We wanted the win, but I needed that." You needed that. You needed a 1-1 draw with Bournemouth. Capacity 11,000. Are you crazy? You play for Manchester United.
Does he?
I needed that.
He's having a
No, but you know what it is? Real men are a discontinued cloth, bro. No. They don't, bro. This is like we look at the real number 9s, Oscar. Real killers, real 27, 28. So that's why, like, you see a post like that. It shows where a man's at. It shows where a man's at. He needed scrappiest of tap-ins.
We need to have a pod in the summer just talking about real men.
About real men.
That's a bit of a while though, but we do.
It's a why.
It's not a lie.
But it's needed.
It's needed. It's definitely needed.
When I saw,
where are the strikers? Where are the strikers?
When I saw Big Dunk on the overlap, I said, "That's a man right there." Like, I was like,
Hey, Peter.
Bro,
do you know what he was talking about? He's telling the story of how, he's dozing off watching Match of the Day, right? He hears some rumblings. He's like, hang about, what's going on? He says he puts his trainers on and he absolutely batters 2 burglars.
he nearly kills them. He beat them to death.
He did it again.
And the wife asked, "What was that?" He's like, "Just nothing. Some kids mucking about." What? The wife was looked after. She was fine.
This is one of the only guys in English football history to be convicted of a situation on the field. That's a real man.
Yeah, on the pitch.
It's a real man.
On the pitch.
Oh my days. Did I was watching the other day and the random you're gone.
No, I just wanted to let you know that was Rasmus Højlund's 4th league goal.
Gangster.
He said I needed that for his 4th league goal of the season.
Gangster.
He's now level with Mark Cucurella.
Gangster. There we go, man.
Sickening guy.
He's so crap.
He's terrible.
No, it's just shake hands, man. He's not built for it. Just shake hands, man. Let him flourish in a quiet place.
Oscar, let's talk about Mark Cucurella. Chelsea 1-0 against Everton. Good game. Good game of football, boys.
Yeah, we ain't making it out of the hood though. Like we're not. We're not.
Yeah, you're not making Champions League.
Oh no,
we're crap, bro. But let me say one thing, because on this podcast I said something a few weeks ago that I just need to retract real quick. Yeah, hey. I said to you guys, like airlines are all the same, innit? Who cares about airlines? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was during the time of this game, I was in the 8th cloud. Yeah, up. Yeah, I was in the sky. Yeah, I was in the sky watching this game.
All right, Claudia, calm down.
It's
setting the scene.
I was watching Chelsea versus Everton in mid-air. Guys, I'll slander all the other airlines. Emirates will never be slandered again.
Wait, Oscar.
I can't believe you were slandering Emirates in the first place, but I don't.
I've never.
Oscar, was you across the oceans watching the game?
Bro, I was 2 hours into my flight when kickoff happened.
Yo, what?
Watching the game in the sky.
Since when?
Because these man don't. You're not seasoned traveler, Adrian. You need to travel. You people need to travel.
But I can ride there, bro. All you need is the the emergency instructions.
I have a rule. Unless it's work paid for it, never ever fly Ryanair. There you go. Ever.
I'm reading the menu of stuff I'm never gonna buy. It's like £8 for a Coke, 100 milliliter Coke.
Nat said Oscar paid 20 Great British pounds to watch this Dross game. No, it was included in the price of the ticket. It was free. They just have live TV.
It wasn't free, but we get what you're saying.
Yeah,
he doesn't believe you.
Speaking of prices,
Emirates is a top tier. Emirates is a top tier airline.
You know how AD just spoke about prices, yeah? Did you hear how much a bottle of water was at WrestleMania?
Go for it.
$27 for
wait, what?
Are you taking that from the podcast that we both
the Cheap Heat podcast?
Yeah, I think you've misinterpreted that.
No, $27 is inhumane. That should be illegal. For a bottle of water.
What were they trying to say?
He was talking about the water in the mini bar of the hotel, not the. Not
that's even still a farce.
Okay. Yeah, that's still not great.
No. This is something I hate in hotels.
So water
could charge them for water.
The water cost $27. That's all. That was true.
That part was true. But yeah.
No, but even that's ridiculous. What, $27
It's outrageous, man.
for a bottle of water?
It's outrageous. Outrageous.
Anything could not be so more British with that sentence.
The AC's conveniently broken as well. Joking.
Guys, under no circumstance do you need to open the mini bar in your hotel. Under no
No,
circumstance.
look at it.
Unless it's included.
It's never included. That's what I put it there.
Anyway, Oscar says that Chelsea. Oscar says Chelsea ain't getting out of Dodge. We'll have to wait and see.
We're not.
Brighton 3, West Ham United 2.
Some of the best goals I've seen this weekend.
Yeah, good goals.
Yeah, that winner, that finale was special.
Hey, but Baliba's a baller, by the way. Like, you said it in different times this season, but genuinely changes like 10 teams.
Do you guys know he's tall?
Well, I thought he was like 6'2".
Tallish.
No, well, when I watched him on TV, I thought he was cool, small guy, just doing his business. When I went to the Brighton game, I saw him in the flesh. He's towering over everybody in that midfield.
But Carlos Baliba is 5'10".
5'10".
No, no.
Yeah.
Oscar's thinking of like a dinger or something.
I must have gassed it. He's bigger than I thought he was anyway.
But Baliba's only 5'10".
No.
Now you lot are just grow up.
Ben said he's bigger than I thought he was.
This is my podcast today for sure, man. For sure.
No, come on, man. English is a wide language. Like, use better words, man. even that was crazy. I should have picked that.
He's tall. I prefaced it by talking about his height for like 2 minutes. Come on,
Anyway.
Hey, guys, do you know who's strong, by the way? Miles Lewis Skelly is I don't know how strong. I don't know how you can measure it. I tell you what, he should be one of the 100 taking down the gorilla. I saw a man move Mateta. Mateta's bloody huge.
Do you remember he put Haaland on the floor at the Emirates?
Yeah,
he had Haaland on his back to put him down.
What's that kid eating? And he's 18. It's not even like he's 27.
He's obviously not 18 because look at
him. Stop it.
You see this physique? He's on something. Have you seen this?
No, come on, Peter. Peter, why can't you just give a young black man credit?
Because unless you're Jury and Timber, I'm not
but the thing is, he actually looks 18, Skelly. So I don't
know.
18?
Yeah.
How old does he look?
Bearing in mind, he's been like training since he was like 11.
Bro, he's bigger than Manieri, blood. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So?
No, like when you think of an 18-year-old player playing for your club, Archie Gray, you look at them thin bones there, you look at, you know what I mean? Even how old's Delap? Because I'm questioning Delap and all. How old is he?
2003. He's 22.
Okay, that's believable. But anyway, mate, he's got veins coming out of his sides, man.
Delap's a unit, man.
Anyway, Brighton winning 3-2 against West Ham. Newcastle United beating Ipswich Town 3-0. Ipswich officially relegated now. So all three teams are gone.
Is this the earliest? Is this the earliest that all three have been relegated? I feel like
it's got to be.
It's got to be
April. Yeah,
it's got to be in April because you know what's funny? The only thing that there is worth fighting for at the end of the season is these European places. Let's call it that. Fulham, who put themselves in good stead for the European places, have beaten Southampton 2-1. Wolves beat Leicester City 3-0. And in midweek, Arsenal drew 2-2 with Palace. What was your goal of the week?
Oh, boom, 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 boom. Mateta's in the room.
Wow. I was going to say Eze for me.
Nah, I bet Mateta at the Emirates, bro.
The food is sick, No,
but like what was Raya doing? Like, where was he? Like, where was he for that goal?
Why is that Raya's fault?
Do you know where he was?
Why was the ball given to Mateta?
Oscar, do you know where he was?
He was far.
That's the thing.
Out the line of the goal.
Oscar, where was David Raya? Because you think I've just said, why is he off his line? I'm asking you, where do you think he was?
I need to rewatch this.
Do me a favor, go on your phone and rewatch it whilst we talk about the other goals. But yeah, go watch it and you will see where right. But anyway, it was a good goal to be fair. But which one did I love? I loved it might have been was it Belieber's goal? Because there was no deflection with Belieber's goal, was there?
No, there wasn't.
No.
Oh, but I think McAllister. Jeez, I think I might have to go.
No, for me, it was Eze versus in the FA Cup. That one was fantastic.
Yeah. Eze was tremendous for sure. Tremendous goal. I'm gonna go McAllister. The occasion, the night.
Okay.
Salah taking a selfie, guys, is a piss take. Man, I don't understand what happened.
Do you know what, Pete?
Oscar, where was David Raya?
He's at the 6-yard line.
No, where is he, bro?
He's at the 6-yard line.
What goal am I thinking of then? Am I thinking of the right goal? Yeah, I am thinking of the right goal.
He was like slightly out of place, but bro, Mateta just dinked over him. There's nothing he could do.
He's not even in shot. He's not even in vision. the gantry camera doesn't get him.
Yeah, you're right. Because he's angling for the pass, isn't it? But,
he is angling for a pass, so he's gone out wide left.
I tell you what's gone amiss here. William Saliba.
By the way,
What's
3
he
games
doing
in a row. 3 games in a row. Willie, we don't need that on Tuesday. We do not need that on Tuesday.
You're gonna let that one go?
I am. I'm going to let it go. I'm going to let it go.
No,
we need to mature the podcast. So
Oscar scapegoat, you know. Oscar can't even say anything. They're on his back. But Peter can say that.
Yeah, I just said I shortened man's name. What's it called? My goal of the week is McAllister. Let's vote. Come on.
Jean-Philippe Mateta.
Eze.
Which one?
First one.
What goal did he score?
Huh?
What goal did he score? I can't remember exactly.
Because he scored one against Arsenal. That's why I didn't know which one you were on about.
FA Cup.
Oh, Fez. Can't remember.
Against the Villa.
No. The FA Cup goal was a banger. He packs Martinez. I remember that.
Yeah, he packed Martinez.
What are you saying,
Wait, are we including the FA Cup goals?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Wait, so
But you know what? I'll give. That's gonna be McAllister. For McAllister. What? Left foot as well. Yeah, McAllister.
you know what? For the sake of peace, because I was going to say Believer, I'll say McAllister.
All right, McAllister is the goal of the week. Who's the player of the week?
For me, that's got to be Eze.
Yes. He's had a wonderful week.
We say this every week, but he does need to move. He does.
He really does. He's outgrown Palace. He's outgrown Palace.
He's like 28, you know. He's like 27.
Okay, for his personal career, yeah, I get why you say he needs to move. But what team does he go into that's better than Palace that he heavily impacts?
He could move to Newcastle.
The thing
Really?
is,
Taking whose place?
he's as injury prone as Harvey Barnes, and Anthony Gordon is actually having a good season. I would definitely say though that Villa. I'll probably say Villa for now.
See, I don't think he gets in the side.
Yeah, I don't think he gets in Villa.
Who plays left wing?
Oh, is that what we're playing him? Is he left wing?
He plays left mid, but to be technical, yeah.
But you know who plays left wing for Villa. You know who that is.
Lads, I'm gonna blow your socks off. Eze left eight for Arsenal.
It isn't a why, but it sounds crazy.
Yeah, no, that's a why. It's a why. I shouldn't be saying that.
Okay. What you've just said though, I can kind of hear it.
I shouldn't be saying that to me.
Eze to Arsenal.
Oh, hello, bring him back to the ends, yeah.
No, for real. Like, his versatility, and I feel like, especially for how you not struggle with creativity for midfields. Have a look, man. Because he does need a move. He does need a move.
Oh, he's absolutely better than what Arsenal have on the left.
I've watched him a few times. That he can be frustrating as well. Even in the Arsenal game, he did a few things where you just think, man, if you're just like, I don't know, like he's definitely got it. He's definitely got it. right? But oh god, he's frustrating as well. I find him frustrating sometimes.
Is he more frustrating than Trossard and Martinelli?
Probably the same. Probably the same.
It's because he's black, isn't it?
No, I'd have him at Arsenal because he's black. What do you mean?
Because he's black.
What was meant by that comment?
Because he's black.
I hate your black guns. I hate my gun because they black.
Wow.
Black keys and a piano.
Now, Eze to me is like he's definitely Trossard at Brighton, but he's also a playmaker.
Yeah.
In a counter, he's devastating. He's genuinely scary.
Yeah. I think his decision making is quite good as well, actually.
Yeah, I just think the only reason why he might not fit in our Arsenal is because I'm not sure that the defensive imposing side of Arteta's style is him.
Yeah.
Like he suits a team where like what Slot said to Salah. Salah said the coach told me not to defend.
I was going to say Liverpool. You know, I was going to say Liverpool.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Liverpool would be a good fit.
100%.
Okay. I have a thought of it.
I was struggling with which of the top teams needed wingers, and it's mad. The top two need left wingers. It's crazy.
It's funny because I'm not playing him in the wing, but yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, I wouldn't play him in the wing.
I know this is really, really lazy analysis about, but I just need him to be just that extra couple of yards quicker, man. You know what I mean?
No, it's true. You're right.
What you mean?
You're right.
I know exactly what you mean. He hasn't got that. He hasn't got that killer in him yet. That's what's missing with him. Because he could be, you know, like Morgan Gibbs-White is dangerous.
He's a threat.
He's dangerous. Whereas, like, you know, or even Morgan Rogers, right? Morgan Rogers is imposing himself. Eze can do it with chilled with a cigar. And it's like, I don't need chilled Eze. I need sometimes Eze to be like Zaha and just go for it.
Which means we're describing a quintessential luxury player.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
Because this league choose them and spits them out quickly.
But he needs to be careful to not end up like Zaha. He has to get that move soon, ASAP.
Which means he definitely can't go to United.
Yeah, that's not a good idea. It's not a good idea. Tottenham's not a good idea either.
That's one of the reasons I said Villa. I said it might be that.
You know, if they can get their act together, West Ham wouldn't have been a bad fit for him. If they got if West Ham were like a European, you know, like a Conference League chasing side, you know, maybe. But then again, Glasner could make Palace West Ham or make Palace more, you know, whatever Brighton wanted.
They could make the Europa League, Crystal Palace.
Yeah, bizarrely, even though they're 12th. But yeah, player of the week is who? Is it Eze? Yeah,
Eze. We've lost Adrian. Don't know where he's
Eze's player of the week. Okay, cool. Adrian, I think, is in the camp. I think he's there.
Yeah, Peter, I'll just say, you said on the Crystal Palace point, yeah. Do you know what the unfortunate thing is?
Go on.
They're gonna if they want to get to that level, they're gonna have to sell one of their three best players. Unfortunately,
what, to make money? You mean?
Yeah, just to be able to distribute it through the squad, man.
They could get 50 to 80 million quid out of their top players.
Yeah, yeah,
and that could be a good reset. Palace produce players, by the way. It's not like their academies. By the way, Wharton's performance on Tielemans.
Listen, bring him to Old Trafford.
I think that's the one they can't lose. Actually, I think the other two they can lose, but not him.
Don't forget, they bought him from Blackburn in the Championship.
Blackburn.
They saw him have half a year at Blackburn. They said, "Bring him." They paid 20 million quid for him. Bring him. The scout said, "No, we're not wasting time. We're not going to let him go." Blackburn, you know, and nobody saw it. Flip it now.
What does he remind you of? Like, players.
Michel Carrick.
Carrick, yeah.
You know,
Carrick,
I can't put my finger on it. Just the range. It's not just the range of passes. He's so violent, man. Like, it's like
he is violent.
I don't know. He's gonna be a great player someday. No, he's already a great player.
He's a top player right now. Yeah. Okay. Team of the week. Palace.
Okay. I like that.
Liverpool clinched the title. Don't get me wrong. I think probably Liverpool deserved this one. Don't get me wrong. Taking selfies, spreading religion. Left-footed strikes for the first time.
Like man's a missionary,
Bro, man are preaching the gospel, blood, and then you got man shooting with their left foot for the first time in their career.
It was like Hyde Park corner, bro.
It was Hyde Park for these man.
You know what?
Scott was wearing the Liverpool kit after the game. What? I've never seen the manager wear the kit. He was wearing the kit.
That's a nice moment as well.
Like one of the team
Guys, they let flares off in the stadium, and when the coach arrived, are we at the San Siro? What's happening here?
That's also a slight fast that I've only discovered that you can't have any flares whatsoever compared to the rest of Europe.
It's because
I don't think that's a bargain, no?
They burn 700 degrees. That's the problem.
Yeah.
No.
You try and put one of those out, Robin. I tell you now, it's a disaster. It's why they put it in sand.
Yeah, I know. No, but I'm just thinking, I'm like, compared to the rest of Europe that can do it just on a weekly basis, and I mean, there are some teams that do it on a weekly basis. I think we can have some. Perhaps Saint-Germain do it on a weekly basis.
Paris Saint-Germain's like they're sort of they're kind of our counterparts with them, right? They said we will bring flares. They just told us we will bring them.
But I think I quite like the novelty of it, because then when Liverpool fans do it, it does feel more special rather than being every week.
Yeah, do you know the only time it sucked is when Newcastle did it for their final? Because like black smoke just looks like smoke.
It looks dangerous. What's going on?
Yeah, it looks like tar.
It looks like tar. Yeah, when it's red or blue or anything like pink, green, whatever.
It looks patriotic. Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, Liverpool's the team of the week because you lot actually took the piss. You lot had an exhibition for a day when you're supposed to win the league. Like, we're serious business, and you dealt with the matter. Don't get me wrong, you dealt with the matter. I can't get past the gospel selfie, left-footed shot, the manager wearing the kit after the game, flares. Even Everton flares were there. Like, I can't. There's nothing you can change my mind on.
Oh, Peter, how sorry and disgraceful and pitiful was Spurs, man.
They shouldn't be in the Premier League. So the last 2 seasons, right? The new 3 have gone down. So really, whoever finishes 17th, the last 2 seasons were the worst team in the league. They're the worst team in the league.
Yeah.
And Spurs are good value, aren't they?
Whew, Robin, thank God it's not us.
I mean, it could be. Do you know there was? Like, could you still finish 17th or you couldn't?
I think we still can.
But what's time clear?
Man are telling me Wolves are above Man United and Spurs. Wolves, who were there swinging with the bottom 3. Do you know there was?
Because your mate Vittoria is proven to be,
man.
I
thought it was going to be a madhouse when he rocked up there. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, but the thing is, this is one of the enigmas of the Premier League. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Like Southampton in the last time before they went down, and Wolves in the last 3 years, I felt like they have good players.
Yeah.
Like they have good. When you watch them from a technical standpoint, the reason why they don't do as well is because they ain't got that dog, but they can hoop.
They ain't got that dog. No, you're right.
Yeah, they got some good players. Even up to Lamina, they got some good players, man.
They have got good players, but like as I said to you, man, last week or the week before, whenever it was, them man don't work hard enough, bro. These man don't work hard enough. The new 3, the bottom 3,
they're not grafted.
Work hard, man.
What do you mean they don't work hard enough?
Look at
They
them.
don't work hard enough.
Look
They
at
don't
them.
work hard
Okay,
enough.
you can't have 2 wins in a season of 34 games. Number 2, you can't have 11 points. You can't have 11 points at this stage of the season either. That's a joke, by the way. Yeah. Number 3, let me give you another stat. How many goals do you think Southampton have conceded this season? I just want to know what you think.
Oh my gosh.
It has to be triple digits. It has to be
I
triple
want to know
digits.
what you think, and I'll tell you what it is.
What, like 8?
Yeah, go around the panel.
Go around the everyone take a
I
stab.
think it's plus 100. I think it's like 105.
That's
Oscar,
very
what do you
true.
reckon?
I said 80.
What do you say, AD?
86.
Ernest?
Sorry, bro, but I was on the phone.
No, that's calm. Well, how many goals do you think Southampton have conceded this season?
Southampton conceded was 60, 70?
Cool. The answer is 80. They're minus 55 on goal difference. You're not allowed to be in this league.
No, but like,
Stop.
when are we gonna?
Southampton have lost 27 games this season.
Okay, guess
They
what?
don't work hard enough.
Wait.
They don't work hard enough.
They've
They don't work
lost
hard.
27 games?
They've lost 27 games. Oscar, they don't work hard enough. You can't tell me they do.
Guys, it's not about that.
It clearly is. We just talked
Next
about how good.
season,
We talked about how
Leeds
good
will
their
be
players
back.
are.
Burnley will be here. You know, God willing, Coventry will make it through them playoffs, and we'll have those 3 teams. And guess what? They're going right back down. And it's not because they didn't work hard enough. It's because the levels are too high. The levels are just too high.
The levels
The
from
Championship's best 3 cannot compete in the Premier League. They
They
can't.
can't-
Those
they
days
can't-
are gone.
They couldn't compete with this year's Tottenham, this year's West Ham, this year's Man United, this year's Wolves.
They're
this year's
10 points
Everton.
behind them.
Exactly, because they don't work hard enough. As soon as
No,
Moyes got
but-
into Everton, as soon as Moyes got into Everton, he literally just tightened every screw that was on there, and they're out of that bottom 3 situation. Wolves, new manager, straight away, bang. and actually, do you know what? Okay, you might have a point there, because what's another?
I do have a point.
The other argument is the managers that come from the Championship into this Premier League are shocking. Shocking. Russell Martin. Who was the other one? What was your mate at Forest and Leicester? Rude Van
Steve
Nistelrooy
Cooper.
joke as well. Cooper, unserious. Van Nistelrooy, a disgrace. What's the other one? Name any of Southampton's ones. Russell Martin, friggin' Uric, whoever they got now. Who went down last year? What were the 3 teams that went down last year? Luton, yeah? Luton. Who's the other one? Who's the other 2?
Luton have gone down again this year as well. Bloody hell.
Luton are in League
They
One.
They crashed. Yeah.
Luton, they're meeting Charlton next season in the league. Get out of it, man.
Look, the 3 that come up next year are going right back down, in my opinion.
It's boring. No, but guys, what can we do? Like, honestly, no. Do you know what we need to do? But you need like an embargo. Like, if you get less than 35 points, you've got a 5-year ban. Let somebody else, even if you finish first, 100 points. No, we need to regulate, bro. We need to regulate, bro.
We need to regulate it. After 10 games, we have to regulate it and say, look, are you worthy? No, get out. And leave it with 17 teams.
Oh, man, the man will be real. Give it Millwall. No, at least it's something new. Why not? Give it Millwall.
I hear that.
Give it Millwall.
No, but the people weren't feeling Luton when we got them. So there we go.
Now bring Millwall, man. At least they got
Yeah,
some grit.
that's a good point. Millwall won't be much. They won't fare much better than Luton, to be fair. But dude, this is annoying. What? Burnley, Leeds, and then who else is going to come up? What? Norwich?
I wouldn't mind Coventry coming up because that's something new in a long time.
The Coventry's new. The Coventry's new.
Sunderland, mate.
You get to the Rico Arena, innit?
I'll tell you what. Sunderland will be a good one, you know.
I need Sunderland back up. Get Sunderland back up.
No.
Bellingham and Chris Rigg. That'll be all right, man.
Oh, yeah. All right. Team of the week was who? Liverpool, yeah? I guess that's the case. Who's not that guy this week?
There's only one.
Who?
Prime time, side time, anytime.
Anytime.
It's a 5.
50 million in 5, mate.
There's only one.
50 million in 5. He's had
What's your guy been on? Like,
Bro, you know, like, I didn't even know. You see, Monique warned us, right? I didn't know what she was doing. I didn't realize she was spitting facts. I thought she was being a comedian. I did not realize.
Even Cat Williams, to a point, was saying, yo, you need to be careful.
Even Cat Williams said it, yeah?
Yeah.
They all saw this coming.
Fam, he's
But
50,
lads, was the
56
Kanye West one this week?
Oh,
The Kanye West one was a stinker as well.
What the KKK thing?
Mid fade,
I thought
telling me about Kanye West, what the shenanigan he's got up to.
I think
You
it's
know what? Like, we need God in it, man.
I heard it. I was laughing at your voice note, man. Oh, it was funny.
Which was though?
What did he say? Who was it? Academics at Kanye's house.
Oh no, that wasn't. That wasn't this week. That was last week. That was last week. I remember. But this week, technically 2 weeks in a row. Unc, what are you doing?
Nah,
what are you doing?
Robin, it's not worse than Kanye.
It's not worse than Kanye. To be fair,
It's not worse than Kanye.
Yeah, but I feel like Kanye can't even win this award because it's just how many times are you gonna win it?
No, but Oscar.
I can't be not that guy every week.
Oscar,
but like this is an all-time low.
This is all time.
Well, even for him.
Are you guys aware of Kanye at the moment? Are you guys aware?
Yeah, but like, but Pete, but like Ernest, like
no, Oscar knows, but I don't know if Adrian knows.
Spit the real.
The last time we spoke about Kanye, we spoke about him having a bust down swastika chain.
No. Like
this is the man we're talking about.
It goes worse than that, Oscar. I kid you not.
You know what, Pete? Depending on what side of the philosophical spectrum you lay, the swastika is actually worse.
Yeah.
So,
do you think?
It depends. No.
This week he's gonna be here again.
No, Pete. It depends because obviously, like the one this week is deeper than morality.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
My thing is we need to move on from discussing that.
No. I am with you for 363 days in a year.
Oh,
you see these last two crimes, specifically this week. Oscar, that's crazy.
Oscar's crazy.
I'm very much muted him in my head. Like I hear a story.
oh my God.
So you know Adrian just found out.
Oh, Adrian just found out.
No. I'm thinking of. Remember when he was bugging out like 2 months ago on Twitter? He was going mad.
Adrian, this is worse.
Yeah.
Okay, what Adrian's talking about? Do you remember what he said?
No,
madness. I can't remember.
Oscar, he said a lot of things.
Madness.
Oscar, he said a lot of things
to entertain that man. I can't.
No. I'm not trying to entertain him, but this is like if you heard, you know what? Like this is what would lead man to do things to themselves that could lead to like, you know, you go to what's that place in South Maudsley? Like, that's like if you hear like if Kanye's dad reads that post, that as a father, I don't know what I would do if I saw my son post that.
Yeah.
He was looking. I decided to take a deep dive through his Twitter page, like the madman that I am.
Yeah.
and he said he wants like cartoon illustrators that can draw stuff for Yeezy porn. No, guys, I swear to you, yeah, Kanye is the living proof as to why I never want fame. I don't want it. Adrian, do you actually know what we're talking about?
No, not really.
Don't look it up. Don't look it up.
Yeah, you go look it up because what he said. Yeah,
he wrote a song called Cousins, which nobody has heard. And in the song, he makes a claim that he gave fellatio to his young cousin when they were both.
Oh my God!
Until he was 14.
What? A dude?
No, his boy cousin, bro.
Yeah, a dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
If I'm to unpack what I think about the situation, you guys won't have me on the podcast again. So
let's not, man.
It's best.
Yeah.
This is dark.
He has to be not that guy.
He's definitely not that guy. He's definitely.
The wickedest thing. I wanted to give it to Rudiger because he threw some ice. But
that's who should be getting not that guy. It should be Rudiger.
Rudiger's funny, man.
I'm lost for words. I can't go further with
Yeah,
this.
I'm dumbfounded, man.
When Ernest showed me on Thursday, I couldn't fathom what is taking place.
If somebody said to you in 2004, the guy that slow jams, the guy that wrote All Falls Down, is going to spiral like this.
This is carnage.
Never.
This is crazy.
Gold digger.
Gold digger. Run this town.
Stronger.
All of the lights.
Oh man.
Through the wire.
That's what Liverpool played in 2020. Crazy thing.
And lads, like I've been preaching to the man them and to myself. You see porn, stay away. Stay away.
Yeah,
Straight up and down. Stay away.
Yeah.
Because Sir Bad think he's gonna leave you at marriage. Guys, trust me. And you know what, Nate? Yeah, this is deeper than his. Because I say this all the time. That since his mum passed, this is deeper. This is childhood wounds that have not healed. This is deeper. This is deeper than this bump.
Nowhere close to healing, man.
But anyway, Kanye Omari West, you're not that guy, man. You're not. Trust me, man. This is somebody's father.
Yeah.
Somebody's dad.
Yeah. That's the craziest of it all, isn't
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kanye West is in the Hall of Fame, guys. Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, Mount Rushmore, not that guy on top four.
Top four, yeah.
And he has nothing to do with football.
And this has nothing to do with football at all. No. What's Endo saying? Question for Peter. Before we head off, why is it that Arsenal have the same amount of league wins as Man City, who have been terrible, and less wins than Newcastle? Second isn't secured yet, by the way. Does it matter?
Not really, no.
Doesn't matter. We'll finish second, and that's all that matters. I don't care if I draw all 38 games. If I'm 38 points in the top four or with the league title, doesn't matter. Newcastle can have all the wins they want.
No, but you know what it is, Pete. Yeah, your fan base make it a thing.
The truth is, yeah, you know Arsenal tapped out of the league. You know, we talk about the beach, guys. We tapped.
I heard that.
Yeah, but it's just you see the way you're talking now.
Yeah,
how everyone else talks, but your fan base have made finishing second. Oh, but you're Man United fan, you can't talk about your team finished 14th, bro. It's like, bro, you didn't win the league, neither did I.
And the real talk is, it's been a disgraceful attempt by us for a league challenge. That's for sure.
Why do you think that is?
Huh?
Why do you think that is? Why is it so disgraceful?
Why do I think that is? Because your mate, Mikel, like I say to you every season, whatever he thought was the problem the year before, he just sits and hones in on that. That's what he's done. He's just looked at that situation and just stayed there.
He responds to trauma
and forgot about what was good about us. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, the guy can throw Havertz or Marino up front and he score goals. That's the oxymoron of this whole thing.
So then going over spilled milk, yeah. But then don't you think then, right, if we actually had a proper striker, yeah, you know what I mean?
I genuinely think that we're too rigid. Like let's say Isak was even at Arsenal. Would he have the grass that he has at Newcastle? I doubt it.
Which is why I'm saying it's more than Isak.
Yeah, it's more than Isak. It's way more than Isak. We need what we need next season is we need something new and fresh that teams can't cope with at this moment in time. That's what we need to do next season. I don't care what the philosophy is. I don't care what the system is. Bring something new to the table that people like Liverpool and City say, what the heck is this? Do you get what I'm saying?
Eze, I'm telling you, man, make it happen.
Mate, we need a couple of them. We need a couple of them. what I'm saying? We're still replacing Aubameyang and Ozil. Get me out of here, man. And Cazorla, get me the hell out of here, man.
No, they're not. Yeah,
anyway,
crazy.
guys, that wraps up this week's Top 4 podcast. By the way, Europa League action, Champions League action, semi-final action. Quick predictions. Arsenal versus PSG. Quickly go.
2-2.
Desmond. Arsenal win 3-1.
Oscar,
Oh my word!
Oscar, that was disgraceful, by the way.
I just clocked what I meant now.
That Desmond was disgraceful, by the way.
Why is it disgraceful with me?
Nah, that's Oscar. You're better than that.
No, I've known it as a Desmond. Whenever you say 2-2, I've always called it a Desmond for years.
You guys are. Hey, bring Michael.
I found it quite clever. Is Uncle still about though?
Nah, he passed, didn't it?
Did he? Oh, sugar.
He passed a long time ago.
Listen,
Really?
he still lives because we still say his name, bruv. You only really die once people start saying your name. Anyway,
All right.
What about Kofi Annan? What's Kofi Annan still about?
All right, drink chaps. All right.
Swiss beats.
just a bunch of alcoholics on the podcast. When you think about it, it's actually a ridiculous concept.
Peter didn't poise on.
Banky Moon still about.
Guys, no, we'll discuss drink champs on a
I
summer.
know
podcast.
you was raised by your mom. You were Poy's son.
We'll talk about drink champs in the summer, but them man there are alcoholic.
Guys, I don't know why I've never liked Swiss beats ever.
Yeah.
He's always been corny.
Very
Always.
cool.
Yeah.
But Americans are corny. But flipping, what's the question? Predictions for tomorrow, bro.
Yeah.
I have not thought about it at all. All I've said was like Arsenal in the final, but I don't know how this is gonna go. Is it in the Bali or is it in the?
No, it's in the Emirates.
Emirates tomorrow.
North London.
Yeah, I think PSG get whacked up. I'm not gonna lie.
I think it will be 3-2 Arsenal.
Oh. Okay. AD?
2-1 Arsenal.
Yeah.
Wait, Pete, is the game tomorrow?
Yeah.
Why did you want to you, sir?
You didn't have your little rehearsal today, no?
I told you if to do one, bro. Man,
Whoa, infantile.
Well, you think just because they didn't give Florentino Perez that brown envelope, you don't think Al Khalifi's got one today? You don't think so? I see Luis Enrique coming to the stadium today. I'm sitting there, it's 2:00 in the afternoon. And first of all, there was a power outage in Spain, which affected Portugal and France. Paris Saint-Germain were in London. I said, hang on a minute.
There's the Eurostar.
Yeah.
The Eurostar.
I don't give a damn. How did they get to the Eurostar? They don't live at the Eurostar, do they?
They took a bus and they get on the train.
Wait, so what? Because there was a power outage, they couldn't travel. What are you talking about?
Yeah, the game should be off. The game should be off.
They took the train. No long thing, 2 hours, you're there.
I don't know, man. The man left at a certain time and arrived at a different time. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I think you lot slapped them, and I think if
Really?
Arsenal could play the final at the Emirates, I think you'd win the whole thing. But
I think, do you know what I genuinely think in my head? My head genuinely says PSG will win tomorrow and we will win out there. That's what my head says. That's my head. My heart says 3-0 Arsenal.
my heart.
That's interesting. Why did your head say that?
I just think because I've just look at PSG, this revised PSG that everyone's talking about. The performances at their home ground and the performances at their away ground, they're like oxymoronic. So like they might play better away but lose, or sorry, they might play better at home and lose, but play poorly away and still win. I don't know.
Where have you seen that take place?
Liverpool.
Against Liverpool.
Liverpool was the one. They battered, they destroyed Villa at Villa Park at Parc des Princes, but at Villa Park, it was the weirdest thing I'd ever seen. That was the weirdest game I've ever seen because I saw 2 different matches in that game alone. Yeah. But no. Look, I think Arsenal will go through. I don't doubt that. I think Arsenal will go through to the final. But Dortmund. Barca, Inter.
No? I think Inter are in the final. You know.
Wow.
Although, Ernest, I don't know if you've been keeping your tabs on Serie A at the moment.
Inter are stinking it up. They're stinking it up at the last minute.
It feels like the Twitter algorithm knows how much I despise McTominay prop, yeah. So they just sent me bare pictures and videos of McTominay scoring, and it's pissing me off.
No, but hold on,
I'm like, Inter, get up.
AC Milan, I think on 9th in Serie A, they packed Inter in the Coppa Italia. They packed them 3-0. Yeah,
and then they're gonna lose, and this week as well.
I can't remember the last time Inter won a Serie A game. I can't remember.
They were miles ahead, and then now
Bologna last week. They lost to Figgy this weekend, right?
Was Roma?
Roma, was it Roma this weekend?
I think it was, and now Napoli are back ahead, and I said, "What's going on here?"
I personally have my theory on some of these like happenings. I think that teams are thoroughly fatigued.
100%. We played 100 games, mate.
Like,
we played 100 games.
Like, I don't know why this feels so fresh to me still. I remember Sky Sports putting up Bernardo Silva, Foden, and Palmer's picture saying that they were all going to play minimum of 72 games this season. And I'm like, guys, these guys haven't rested.
They're going to kill. They're going to be killed.
This is why I was so happy that there was no internationals this summer. Like, these guys haven't rested since Argentina France final.
Don't forget Chelsea and City though are going to America. The Club World Cup.
I mean,
a whole month tournament. The Club World Cup is a month long, guys. By the way, it's a real cup.
You know, we've already discussed the fast that is that tournament, man.
Yeah,
it is. Also, it's on the Zone, so that's I know because I keep getting. Channel 5 I keep getting ads on my TV saying you could be watching the Club World Cup.
Channel 5
the Zone bought the rights. Yeah. Also, it's looking into the power outage. Yeah, the power outage is only in south of France, so that's it. That's why they're here.
Okay, so the question I asked is, Barca Inter, guys, we need to wrap up. We need to go.
Internationale. That's one.
Yeah, to do the job in. I think Barca.
You know what it is? Because I just feel like Inter will just score one or two each leg and just ride it out, and they will ride it out.
Quite possibly, quite possibly. Anybody else got any thoughts on this one quickly?
I'm going Inter, but you know what? I reckon if Inter play Arsenal in the final, there'll be loads of goals in it. Ironic considering the defensive nature of them.
But they've lost Marcus Thuram. So I don't know if he arrives back for the final.
Are you forgetting what the game was like at San Siro when we played them? Flipping.
I just think I know it'll be cagey, but I just think oddly enough, both teams will find joy going at the other. I know that sounds weird.
Fair dues. Europa League semi-finalists as well. We got Athletic Club against Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspur versus Bodo Glimt.
If everything goes to plan, Manchester United should lose 2 legs.
What?
We're not, Adrian. Listen, Ahmad is back in training, and we're not gonna have him fit for these games. So I don't trust these guys. I do not trust these guys. Manchester United are in that Arsenal category for me, where like until I see it, I don't believe it. I don't believe you guys. I don't believe it. Like, man are talking about, I know the club needed a win, but I got my goal. Are you dumb? Are you silly? Are you stupid? So I'm so sorry. Like, we're not ready. We are not. We are far from ready. So there's nothing you can tell me about being a fan, supporting this nonsense that's going to make me gas for these next 2 games. We are not ready. Even if we get to the final. Until I see armpits, I don't believe it. I don't believe none of it. So forget all these guys, man.
Yeah, that is well said. Guys, that wraps up this week's Top 4 podcast. Make sure you share, like, and subscribe on the channel. We'll be back next Monday.
I was going to say 2-2, but there we go.
Okay. for
That's quality, man. How do you made that?
Adrian,
you're a disgrace.
Also,
No, there is. I just clocked it today. I'm like, when Oscar said 2-2 Desmond, I'm like, Desmond 2-2. There's.
Go away.
Next Monday is a bank holiday. Happy days.
Is it?
For you guys, I'm in the office.
Oh no!
Yeah, hold that.
Mr. Belgium and do Mr. Globetrotter. Oh no, I ain't got back up to get out of it.
Hey, well, I've been attacked this whole podcast today. I remember all this.
Yeah,
Anyway.
Robin, I've seen it, man.
What did you expect?
What did I do?
You're wearing a PSG shirt.
I don't know. In fairness, Robin, that's a sign of battle. That you want to fight.
Yeah.
Guys, it's been great.
That one.
Make sure you share, like, and subscribe, and we'll be back next week.
We'll be back next week,
Monday, 8 p.m. We'll catch you then. Peace.
Be there, be square.